In a world filled with questions, noise, and endless opinions, there is still a place for God's word.
You are a lady, you are 40, never been married, you see other people getting married, and how do you build your faith and not even listen to?
Welcome to the Pulpit Discussion, a Christian platform where we discuss real-life topics like love.
Wow, I love love.
Marriage, purpose, pain, parenting, and the tough conversations we don't always have in church. Here, you are free to bring your questions and share your thoughts and opinions right in the comment section. Join your host, Lady Dora, every Monday at 6 p.m. CST alongside Pastor Beruma and other inspiring guests live on YouTube or Facebook at the Pulpit Media.
Submission is not the same as lacking expression.
Each episode invites you to deepen your walk with God and see life through God's truth.
Market, to be happy in life, you have to marry. To be happy in life, you're a doctor at work. He's canceling all of them and says, I'm at peace, I don't have them, I'm losing.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
The Pulpit Discussion, where faith meets real life.
I expect me to love you the way I love you. But the only way you can get that out of them is that you let the past go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome once again to the Pulpit Discussions. I am your host, Lady Dora. It's always a joy and a pleasure to bring you the Pulpit Discussions. Today, I'm very excited about what we are going to be talking about, IUL. Making wise investments. The question is it a costly mistake or is it a wise investment? And so as believers, we know we have to leave a legacy for our children. There's been a lot of noise about IULs, and I know I've brought somebody here before, but I want to get it right. So today we are going to talk about another aspect of it. But before we do that, remember to share with others. Let it be a blessing unto them. But then we're going to worship the Lord, and afterwards I have a special guest who's come all the way from Dallas to explain to us what this whole IUL is about, so we can invest wisely as believers. So join me. Let us worship our Lord and King, and afterwards we'll bring you the Pulpit Discussions. Stay tuned. praise and adoration this evening. All other gods, they are the words of men. You are the most high God. There is none like you. All the other gods, they are the works of men. You are the most high God. There is none like you. All other gods, they are the works of men. You are the most high God. There is none like you, Jehovah. You are the most high. Jehovah, you are the most high God. Jehovah, you are the most high. Jehovah, you are the most high God. Jehovah Elohim, Jehovah Adonai, Jehovah Elohim, Jehovah Adonai, Jehovah, you are the most high. Jehovah, you are the most high God. You've got times and seasons in your hand. You called for light out of darkness. You don't need a man to be the God you are, but you have chosen to call me your own. You've got times and seasons in your hand. You called for light out of darkness. You don't need a man to be the God you are, but you have chosen to call me your own. You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for arguments. You are God all by yourself. You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for arguments. You are God all by yourself. You've got times and seasons in your hand. You called for light out of darkness. You don't need a man to be the God you are,
God, in your mercies, you've called me your own. You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Mighty God, I bless your name. Holy God, I worship you, for you are God all by yourself. You are God all by yourself. Mighty God, I bless your name. Holy One, I worship you, for you are God all by yourself. You are God all by yourself. Age to age, you are still the same. All creation will shout your name, for you are God all by yourself. You are God all by yourself. For who you are, I bless your name. For who you are, I worship you, for you are God all by yourself. You are God all by yourself. You are God, Elohim, Ancient of Days, reign, oh reign. There is none like you, Lord, Ancient of Days, reign, oh reign. You are God, Elohim, Ancient of Days, reign, oh reign. There is none like you, Lord, Ancient of Days, reign, oh reign. For there is none like you, Lord, Ancient of Days, reign, reign. Receive all the praise and adoration. Amen. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned for the Pulpit Discussions.
evening, wherever you are, and welcome once again to the Pulpit Discussions. I am your host, Lady Dora. It's always a joy and a pleasure to bring you Pulpit Discussions. Today, I am very excited about the topic we are talking about because there's been a lot of noise out there. IUL, the Bible says in Proverbs 13, verse 22, that a good person leaves an inheritance for their children. And so, not even just their children, but their children's children. So, I know that as believers, it's important that we leave a legacy. However, we live in a world that you've got to be very careful because there are so many so-called investments out there. And as believers, it's important to be informed before we purchase anything. So one such insurance that I've heard a lot is IUL. I know we've talked a little bit about it before, but it's important we talk about it again because I came across a video that has gone viral about a gentleman that was talking about IUL, how it's a costly mistake. It's always good to listen to both sides of a story. So today I have gone all the way to Dallas to get an expert, a woman who is very vested in this subject. When we talk about insurance, investments, and all of that, she has it all. So I have with you here, let me introduce her. She is Mrs. Sophia Apia. She is originally from Ghana, West Africa. She's a mother of 4 men. Very interesting. A mother of 4 men. We're not talking about boys here. 4 men. And also, she is a grandmother of 7. She is a widow. God has called her husband home. And she is also a Christian leader. She is a deaconess with the Church of Pentecost, Dallas. And not just that, she's a licensed financial professional and also a leadership developer and a dream builder. I like that. She is a dream builder. God through her is building people's dreams. So she's also going to talk to us about what this IUL is all about. Deacon Sophia, welcome to the Pulpit Studio.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
All right, we are glad to have you. It's a joy to have you here because, recently there's been a video that I came across, that has gone viral. I always say that bad news sells faster, of someone talking about IUL. It's interesting to me because I'm also investing in that. So when I came across that video, thanks to my dad who sent it to me, I was also concerned based on what this gentleman is preaching to the world. So I felt it necessary to, have you come in here as an expert to tell us, about what this IUL is all about. So I want us to start with the basics, just so that the layperson listening can also understand. When we talk about Index Universal Life Insurance Policy, what is it all about? We hear IUL. What is IUL? What is it about?
Thank you so much, Lady Dora, for having me here. And I want to say hello to all your listeners and your audience. It's good to be here. So when we say IUL, it's simply a type of insurance, life insurance. In fact, if you can check slide number 1. There are 4 different types of life insurance. So, but unfortunately, IUL is little known to people.
Okay.
So there are term life, we have group life, we have whole life, and then when you see the chart, IUL is on the top there. So it means that it is little known because they don't talk about it a lot. They are making a lot of noise on the others, but the IUL, which is the newest, is a little known to the public. That's why people are spreading speculations and people are spreading rumors about it because it's little known. So I'm glad to be here to explain.
All right. So, and I like what you said about the fact that it's a little known because a lot of times what happens is that the things that people don't know, they speak negatively about them because they don't know. But once they are enlightened, once they come to know of it, then it changes everything.
Exactly.
So from the exhibit, the picture that we were looking at, we see that there is term, because I'm very familiar with term. term insurance. There is the, I believe it was the whole life.
Whole life, universal life,
Universal
and
life.
then,
Okay, and then now
then-
IUL,
then we
which
have
is the
variable. We have whole life, universal life, and then we have variable universal life.
Okay.
And then we have index universal life.
So the
which
index is the
newest.
IUL. Okay.
So the IUL is simply protection for everything. It's a holistic protection. It means
Okay.
they protect your life and also investment. Whatever money you have, you also protect it. You
Okay.
also protect your money, and also anything that is asset. It is like protection. It offers protection, general protection. So you are not talking about just life insurance, but it also protects your money.
Okay,
from losing.
Okay, so then from what you're saying, IUL is not just an insurance; it's also an investment. Is that what you're saying,
It's not
or no?
investment.
Okay, so please explain that.
So let me talk about this.
Okay.
What IUL is and what IUL is not.
Okay.
So IUL is in life insurance, a type of life insurance. It protects your life, number one, and then it protects your savings, because most people have money where it is not protected. So when the stock market crashes, they lose money, and then when the stock market loses, they lose money, and they gain, but they also gain. But with this IUL, your money is protected. So as you are protecting your life, you're also protecting your money, so you never lose money ever again.
Can you explain that? You know, when you say that with IUL, your money is protected, to the layperson, because for a lot of us, we know that, okay, our money is safe in the bank, right? However, if you check how much interest it accrues, it's basically nothing, right? So if you say that you are not just protecting your life, you're also protecting your money, can you explain that aspect of your money being protected, but not just your life?
So what most people are saying on the media is that buy term and invest the rest.
Yes.
Which means you have to buy the term life, because everybody needs insurance to protect our life. But then you also have to have investment so that your money can grow for the future. Okay. But with IUL, the premium you are paying, you are paying the same premium. Part of it, a little bit of it goes for life insurance, and the rest is there as a policy. We call it cash value. We don't call it investment.
Okay.
Investment is risky. So we are not licensed to do investment, because investment, you can lose money and you can gain money. But with IUL, that is life insurance, the money in IUL is always safe, because it is tied to the index. And the index, what index account does is that when the market gains, you gain. When the market loses, you don't lose money, but you protect your previous gain. So that is why I said you are protecting your life and also protecting your money. So instead of buying term life and then investing the rest in, there's nothing wrong investing.
Right.
There's nothing, because people have to diversify their business. So you must have investment. But for IUL, it's like one-stop shop. So you are protecting your life, and then you're protecting your money, because when the stock market gains, you gain. When the stock market loses, you don't lose money. I think I don't know if check the next one. I mean, you can look at it. IUL. What IUL? How IUL stands? Not that one. The second one. This one. You see, when you look at this, you see that the variable, that's where everybody knows. The middle one, and of course the first one is the bank. The bank, that's the fixed. You see how it grows, and as you just said, it barely grows. So that is the bank. And then the second one is the variable. That's where most of us are aware. That's where, if your money is there, it is tied to the stock market. So when the stock market gains, you gain. When it loses, you lose. So you can wake up in the morning and you see that you have gained money, because the stock market has gained. And then in the evening, by the time you are coming home from work, you turn on your radio, they say the stock market has crashed. Everything you gain in the morning is already gone. But when you look at the other one, the index, you see the padlock. It means that when you gain, the market gains, you gain. But when the market crashes, you don't lose the money. The padlock means you have locked in your previous gain. And then when it gains, you gain. And then when it crashes, you don't lose the money, so you always keep going. So that's the index. You see that when I ask people what they want right now, if I should ask you, why would you like your money to grow? I know you're going to tell me the index, right?
Oh, of course,
because you never lose money again. That is what baffles people. And instead of them, that's why we need to do this education for people to know that there are different types. And this one particular one, the padlock means you have protected it. So everything that you are gaining, you protect it. You never lose the money.
So if you can give us examples, because if you say variable and I'm a lay person, I'm like, okay, what are you talking about with it? With regards to the stock market, because you did mention something about the cash value. You said that you protect your cash value, or your cash value grows. So how is that linked to the stock market, or where is the growth coming from? If you can help us with that, because with you saying that, I get the part of the fixed, which is the bank, where we put our monies, we barely grows. So what would be an example of the variable?
The variable would be your 401k, your 403b, your IRA, your Roth IRA, your 529.
Okay.
Everything that is managed by, the financial advisors manage that.
Yes.
So
yes.
that is on the stock market.
Okay.
So those are the examples of the variable account. And then the index account is your life insurance and annuities.
So if I'm understanding what you're saying, what you're trying to explain to us is that with our 401k, the Roth, whatever those accounts are, they are all linked to the stock market. However, if the stock market is affected, if there is a decline, automatically your money shifts.
Exactly.
So if it goes up, it fluctuates. If it goes up, it goes up. If it comes down, it comes down. But with the index, what you're saying is that if the stock market is to go down, you are good.
So when the stock market, we have a floor. So the index account, we have a cap and a floor.
Okay.
So that's the difference between this one. The variable is a free range.
Okay.
You can go as high as you can, and then you can drop as low as is possible.
Yes.
So you never know. So you have to always pray. But with the index, we have a cap. And some companies, depends on the company. Some companies have 12% index. Some companies have 13% index. Other things, right?
Right.
But then there is also a floor, which means you don't crash. So when the stock market crashes, you are protected. You land on the floor, and the floor in certain companies, like most of what we are doing, we have a floor of 0.75%. So when everybody is crying, those people who have the floor of 0.75%, you do not lose money. Let's say the stock market lost about, say, 15% or 20%. You don't lose money. Rather, you gain 0.75% added to your money. That's what baffles people. And that's
so. Let's slow that down, because I want to really understand it well. So now you're talking about the floor. Let's say that, God forbid, the stock market has crashed. So when you say there is a floor, are you saying that you are going to crash? However, you're not going to crash as hard as those other who are investing in the variables, or you're saying that if there is a crash, it's not going to affect you at all?
All right, so the floor means it's like 0.75. That's the floor. Or most companies have zero floor. 0% floor, which means that if the stock market goes beyond zero, when the stock market, because sometimes the stock market can crash as high as 34%, like what happened in 2008.
Yeah.
So if people had money in the variable account, you can see that they lost a chunk of their money.
Right.
But you having your money in the index account, when everybody is crying, you have rather gained 0.75% to the whatever you had. That's what people don't know.
So why do you think it's so hard for people to get this or to understand this? Because it sounds too good to believe.
It sounds too good to be true. That's why we must do education. So for us, we are not actually insurance agents like the others, right? We are more of what educators, because like something like this, most people are not aware. Most people do not know.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so most people are not aware of that. So that's what we are doing. So we are actually financial educators, because we have to create awareness of sometimes you yourself, you didn't understand it before, but you are enlightened. So most people in our community are enlightened. We have in fact, when you consider, the African community is the highest educated community in the country. But when it comes to money, the subject of money is not taught in school, it's taught at home. That's why things like this are not well known. So when the stock market crashes, goes beyond 0%, so anything in the negative, everybody who has their money in the variable account is losing money. Whatever happens on the stock market directly affects your money. But for the index, your money is safe. And it's not just safe, but rather some companies, like what I'm talking about, you get 0.75% added to your money whilst everybody else is crying.
So why I guess these are very good, teachings, education here. It just baffles my mind, especially the video that has recently gone viral, with someone explaining and over explaining, and of course, if you are locked in an IUL, your heart starts beating faster because you are wondering, am I investing in the right, am I putting my money in the right place or not? So I just want to know, because I don't know if you've had a chance to see the video that I'm talking about, of a gentleman trying to explain to people to stay away from these IULs and stuff, and he was explaining that you should rather do the term insurance and not invest in the IUL. If it's this good, why are people struggling to grasp this concept?
All right, let me just put it this way. Let me use this scenario. Let's assume that you are selling Ford, and that's that.
And I want you to look in the camera and talk to our audience.
Okay, everybody knows about Ford, right? You are selling Ford, and then somebody comes up and they say they have electric cars that you don't have to use gas, and we all know that cars always use gas or fuel, but your car doesn't. So it's like, what is that? It's not true. It's a scam. No, that's not true. So people will wonder, because what everybody knows is that every car uses gas or fuel. So you introduce something that doesn't use fuel, it's so good to be true. So if people don't understand, instead of them to come and maybe call people, right? Let's sit down and talk, like you just invited us, right? So we sit down and we talk, and then you get to know, because sometimes lack of knowledge, my people perish. And because of lack of knowledge, most people take actions which is not informed. But we must take informed decision. We must take informed action. But the only way we can take proper action is being informed and getting educated. And that's what we are doing today.
Thank you so much. Let us know where you're watching us from. If you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat room and we will address it. It's good we have an expert here. So if you've invested in it and you have a question, feel free. I want to say that, sometimes the agents who write these policies, what are, I guess, some charges or commissions or whatever administrative fees are associated with these things, because I dare say that I've had people who've complained about this IUL, where they felt that the agents that signed them up, they weren't well informed. I know for my agent, the gentleman I brought in here, he took his time to really explain in depth, and also matched it according to my needs, what I want. However, most agents don't have the time, or I don't know if it's teachings that they lack. They don't have the time to go through all of these things. So maybe I'm thinking that is where the confusion is coming from.
Exactly. And also, most of these people who are talking, they are not even familiar with the IUL itself. So they are, even though they are financial advisors or they are in finances, right? They are not familiar with this particular. So what we do, as you said, every agent, and I believe some agents are watching, if you want to help your community, you have to get the knowledge first. So with the knowledge, you can also impart. You can never give what you do not have. So what we do, when I sit with you, I spend 3 hours.
Wow.
I spend 3 hours to go through all the information, because most of the information, almost every information we are sharing are in books. I brought the books, but I couldn't display them. We have several books that we get the information from. So we are not just guessing. We are not just talking. You see. So as an agent, every agent should what? Do a lot of reading. Like a book like this. The person who wrote this book, his father retired in 2008, and that same year the market crashed, and I think there was about 33 or 34% market loss. So the father, who was getting ready to, who had retired comfortably and he thought he had saved a lot of money, realized that, so after he recovered from whatever heart attack, he had to go back to work. So he couldn't retire. Why? Because all the information we are sharing are in books. We have so many books here. So, and this book especially talks about the uses and the benefits of IUL, everything. But if you don't, they always say that if you want to hide something from the public, put it in books and you succeed. Because the information are held in the books, and most people, for what our community, what the books we buy are what? They are textbooks, because we are way into academics. So we are getting our degrees and our masters and our PhD. So every book we buy is geared toward passing or getting our degree. So books like this are very scarcely read in our community. That is why, so as an agent, we must sit with you about 2 to 3 hours to explain everything. And even we show everything. We do illustration. The presentation alone takes about 2 hours.
Okay.
A good agent will do that. And we are not going around selling life insurance, because everybody is selling life insurance, but we are not selling life insurance. We rather do education. So those people who are doing the TikTok, in America, we have free speech.
Of course.
And everybody, if people want followers, of course, they're going to come up with something which will throw the public in panic. And that will make people come and follow them, right?
Right.
So this America, free society. So everybody is saying something. So we, the agents, but what I want to also caution our clients is that if you have an IUL, do not rush to cancel. Talk to your agent. Sit down with your agent. Perhaps the agent, there's something that you didn't get correctly. Sometimes when you get introduced to something in the first place, in the first time, you don't actually get the full understanding.
Yeah.
But as you sit down and you talk about it, you can get the understanding, as we are doing right now.
Right.
So if somebody has an IUL and they are thrown in panic attack because of somebody else's, viral thing that they are trying to create followers, you don't have to follow them, and for that reason go and cancel. You don't know what you have. When you have IUL is like egg, uncooked egg. It's like uncooked egg. It's like gold nugget. So right now, if I give you a gold nugget, I'm the one who brought it. I'm the miner. I know what gold is, right?
Right.
I said, Lady D, this is gold nugget. Hold it. And then this gentleman will come. She just gave you a stone. Throw it away, because it looks like a stone.
Yeah.
No gold nugget without being refined looks like a stone. So he saw me giving you this gold nugget. He was that's not a gold. That's not gold. You see, gold is pure. Like,
Yeah.
this one is stone. So throw it away. And then because instead of you trusting me, the one who brought you the gold, calling me, you said you gave me gold, but somebody said it's a gold, it's a rock. Why did you tell me it's gold? Then I will sit down and explain to you that gold is not always seen like this. It has to go through refinery.
Right.
You see, so that is what we are supposed to do. But unfortunately, our people, whenever they hear anything, instead of reading, instead of calling and doing and one thing also, people go online, Google.
Yeah.
Nobody uses Google as citation when you're
writing your research papers.
You don't use Google. They will not approve you that.
Right.
But why do people always resort to Google? Google, everybody is throwing their opinion there.
Yep.
So you can get anything there. So go to the source. And the source is the agent. And if the agent doesn't know what they're doing, then they're going to confuse. But if an agent comes to you and sit down with you 2 hours, 3 hours, you have the chance to ask. And when we do the presentation, we tell them if there's any question, ask. Then we sit down there. And also, when the policy is approved, we sit down with them. And then we go. But some agents don't do that. So we must start doing this, because it is these people are hurting our people because money is coming into your community. Money is coming into your, because if you have money which is never going to be lost, because when the stock market crashes, you are getting money added to your money, so you are never going to lose money. So for that reason, people don't understand. So we must do more education. And if you have the information and you think that you are confused because I gave you a gold nugget which is not refined, so you don't understand, and somebody comes and tell you that it is a rock, come to me. Is it actually gold or rock? Confirm it so that I will clarify it, and maybe I'll tell you that this is how the initial original state, but after it goes through refinery, you will see it pure. So I will explain it to you, and then you know that, hey, so I'm holding a gold, not just rock. You see, that's what most people have. If you have been approved for IUL, everybody listening to me, you are blessed, because people are crying. There are people who get declined and they say, can you help me? I said, there's nothing I can do. But so if you have been blessed to have it, hold on to it. It's like uncooked egg. Hold it well, because if you drop it, maybe you can never get it. And some people have canceled it, and I have a lady who canceled it, and then they are fighting colon cancer, and they don't have money, because this IUL has everything. The premium we are paying, they say is high. I think you're going to ask me that question.
It will come.
Okay, now I'll wait.
No, but if you want to talk about it, that's fine. You can talk about it. Yeah.
So the premium we pay, if you can go to the illustration, I think I have illustration. Yeah. The premium we pay, this one, yes. If you can make it bigger, I don't know if people see it big. So the premium, even people say, oh, it's too expensive. Yeah. It's too expensive. People say that a lot, and I'm laughing. I say, well, it's expensive because they don't know what it is. Okay. When you buy term life insurance, it's very cheap, right?
Right.
It's very cheap.
And maybe explain, for the sake of those who don't know what term life insurance is, briefly explain that.
Okay.
So that it will all come together.
All right. So term life. So as I said, there are 4 basic life insurance that our community have to understand. And when we came to this country, they asked us to look here, which means buy term life.
Yeah.
Invest 401k and all that. It's good. We are not saying anything bad about it. That's what we knew. And so term life is group life is number 1, what people get on the job. So when you get a job and you want to see that is a good job, they offer you life insurance. So what does happen is that as long as you are working there, you are protected. You have that protection. As soon as you leave the job, you lose that policy or protection, because you are no longer working with that company. So it ends when you leave that job. That is group life. So if somebody has group life, it's not actually for you. You do not own it. You just have the certificate of coverage. The employer owns the policy. You are not the owner. And then term life is number 2, and that's what everybody knows. And that one is like you buy it, the maximum term you can buy is 30 years. So assuming, Lady Dora, you are 25 years old and you buy the term life for, let's say, 30 years. So by the time the term life turns out, you'll be 55 years.
Yes.
When you bought that policy at 25 years old, it was very cheap.
Yep.
But and maybe you were very healthy, you were very slim, everything was good for you. Then you grow up to 55, you gain weight like me. People who know me know that that's not how I looked.
You still look good though.
But I've gained weight.
Really?
Yes, I've gained weight. So by the time you turn 55, you've gained weight, you have diabetes, maybe blood pressure and all that. But 25, you don't have that. So you bought that,
and it's expired.
And then you bought that when you were healthy.
Yeah.
And then by 55, you have all this surfacing. That is when your policy has lapsed. Then you want to buy a new one. It's not going to be the $50 you're paying. It's going to be about 7 times or sometimes 10 times what you were paying at 25. But now you are 55. And I keep telling people, when you turn 55 or 60, you are nearer my God to thee. You are getting close. You are getting close to what? So that's where all the sicknesses and illnesses and all the medical things are popping up. And that is why you are going to buy life insurance. It's going to be expensive. And if you are not lucky, you are not even going to be approved. So now, and also say that if you are buying term life, you are a Christian, especially I'm talking to my Christian brothers and sisters. We pray because God has promised us in Psalm 91, verse 6, He says, with long life will I bless you. You see, so God will bless us with long life, and we all pray for long life, and then we go in and buy term life. What does that mean? You are 30 years old, you buy term life, it expires in 10 years.
Mommy, I like what this is something that has always, it's baffled my mind, and I did talk to my dad about that. That we pray for long life, right? However, I find it very interesting when people go and buy term life. That's why I think people don't understand what term life is. So like you rightly say, you are a young girl, you're only 20 years old, and you're going to buy term life for 30 years, which expires when you are 50. So you just don't, literally, you are telling God that you can take me home at 50, number one. Number two, now at 50, everything is going to change. Because like you rightly say, your body is not going to be as you started. But then, what people say is this: well, if you don't die, you've thrown away money. And when I hear that, it brings me to even our our auto insurance that we pay. I mean, don't we pray that we don't get into an accident? But why don't we complain when we pay it every month?
Exactly. That's the work of the devil. That's I always say, because listen, I tell people when I'm doing presentation, they laugh. I say, well, you are 30 years old or 35 years old, you bought term life, and then you are going to be 65, so 64 years.
Yep.
1 year you are going to lose so you say, well, next year my term life, should I die or I shouldn't die? Because if I don't die, everything I've paid is gone down the drain.
And if you die,
and if I die, I like fufu. Should I die because of life insurance? You see? So then you've lost all the money. And yes, people don't complain. But when they lose this, they are complaining.
Yeah.
So that is why they came up with this permanent life insurance that once you get it, right now, when he showed the illustration, when you get qualified or approved for that policy, let's say you are 35, 32 years old. This lady I showed, she's 32 years old, and she got approved with long-term care, everything included. She's paying 8,540. 8,540 in 1 year.
Oh, okay.
So the 1 year, if you take a closer look, you can see that just a little bit of the money was used for life insurance. The rest is there as policy value. We don't say investment because investment is risky. Those who are doing investment, so that we are not licensed to do investment, because investment, you are putting people's money in investment where they may lose or gain. We don't want to do that. So we are protecting our clients, whatever they have. So the $8,000 she's paying, somebody will say it's too expensive. But then let's take a look at this. If you look at the numbers on the phone, let's say what is the cash value, the policy value. Let's calculate. I like that. I used to be a teacher back home.
Okay.
So I like calculation. So let's see the first one, the first year. What is the amount in the policy? Please? The policy value is how much? The first, the policy value. We are looking at the policy, the non-guaranteed.
Non-guaranteed.
Okay, so the other one, the last one.
Oh, okay.
The policy value is what? The money you paid is 8,540. The first one, the first year, right? And the policy value is how much?
Which one are we talking about? Are we looking at the non-guaranteed alternate projections?
Not the last one.
The non-guaranteed. Okay.
I think I should use my other glasses. This one.
So the policy value is 6,667.
Let's calculate that. So we paid 8,540, right? The policy.
Where is the 8,000?
The left. The first one. 8,000. How much?
8,540.
That's including the one for 1 year for $1 million policy. That also includes $1 million of long-term care. I'll talk about that later. So let's do this. So he paid 8,540, and then what is the cash value in first year one?
The cash value.
The year one to the last. The cash value is the policy value. The policy value. How much is that?
6,667.
6,667, right? Is that the cash value, policy value?
That's the policy value.
Okay, good. So you see, Lady D, this is how much
1,873
is what is giving you the $1 million life insurance, and also giving you the $1 million long-term care. And this, if you do this, that's 1,873 divided by 12. You are paying only $156. The rest of the money is policy value, which is your money for you. We don't say investment because you are never going to lose money.
Okay.
So the cash value in the policy, it is your money, which is going to grow by uninterrupted compound interest. And then if you, for instance, let's say sometimes you cannot pay all the time. This policy, you don't have to pay all the time. It's not like the term life or the other insurance that you have to keep paying every month. This one you can pay, let's say you pay about, say, 5 years, 7 years. If you don't have money, you can call them and they will stop, they can give you about 3 years, 3 months or 4 months without paying anything. Then you can resume again. So this is like something that will give you everything that you need. And yet, look at this, $156. And Lady Dora, this is what you are going to pay. And then as you are growing, as you are aging, the cost of insurance, this is going to be your cost of insurance.
Wow, 156.
Yeah, 156. That gives you a month. So that's going to give you the cost of insurance and also the policy charges. Everything is included here.
Okay.
156.
Even in your old age.
No. As you are aging, it will increase. Because
Okay.
the cost of insurance increases. But then the interest that you are gaining is adding up.
Okay.
So after some years, let's say about less than 10 years or sometimes 15 years, the interest will eat away the cost of insurance.
So I want to understand that part well, because you just said that as you are aging, the cost increases. So if
That is the same amount you are paying.
that's what I want to know.
8,000, the 8,540 is the same amount you pay from day one till you die. But
So then, what if you say the cost increases? What does that mean? Is it your monthly cost?
the cost of insurance that is giving you the $1 million will increase, but it's the same amount of money you are paying.
So let's say you are paying $150 every month.
No, you are paying $8,000
Every year.
Every year.
Yes.
So let's say the $8,000 every year would be 540 divided by 12. So let's say you are paying 711 every month. So that is what you are paying, and this one, it includes your policy cash value and also the cost of insurance.
Right, but what I'm asking is that will that amount change?
This will never change. The premium you are paying will never change, but the cost of insurance is going to increase with age. But it doesn't affect your monthly or annual payment. But it's like an internal thing. It's good, but because as you are aging, let's say you had the policy for about, say, 5 years, you are going to get interest, and the interest that is building in this policy is growing by uninterrupted compound interest.
Oh, okay.
So the interest keeps compounding.
Okay.
So even though the cost of insurance is increasing, is that the rate at which it increases does not compare to the interest that your policy is building in. So that's why you do not change, the amount you are paying doesn't change.
Okay.
But just the cost of which is internal. But because the interest is building up fast, it is eating away. So if you take a look at your policy, or if you have your illustration, you can see that as a certain year, maybe by year 10 or 15, something thereabout, you see that the policy value is more than the money you've put in. Why? Because even though they are still charging you, I think I have an illustration or some exhibit where it gives you the how much I've circled it. I don't know. Let me check and see where we are. So Just give me that exhibit and I will show you, because I want people to see. I'm a teacher, so I want people to see everything visual. I want that visual. So here it is. So I think exhibit. So even you can look at exhibit 2, and also exhibit 3A. So show us exhibit 2, and then I'll explain exhibit 3A too. So let's see exhibit 2. You see this is how the IUL works. This is how it works. You see that these two pipes, right? They are dropping, the drops of water are bigger, right? That is the money you are putting in. The left one is the money you are putting in the policy, and then the right one is the compound interest, which is building up. So they are all dripping in the basin. Look at the smaller drop at the bottom. That is the small drop. That is the cost of insurance, which is watering that living benefits, the critical and the chronic and the terminal illness riders. They are all here. So when somebody gets sick, right, they cut some of the branches of the tree and then give it to you to take care of yourself. If you die, they cut the tree and add that money into the basin and give it to your family. This is how IUL works, my sister. If you know how, you understand it, nobody will run away from it. People will rather embrace it. So look at it. Look at these two drops. This is the cash, what you are paying into the policy.
The new cash contribution.
And then the other one is compound interest that is building up. So even though you are paying the same amount, the compound interest is to get to. Let's go to the next one, exhibit 3A. The compound interest. You see the compound interest. You see, there's the charge. The cost of insurance is the one. The interest is what I've circled green. The interest are all what I've said. You see how the interests are big money, right? And the cost of insurance is the 4. So you see that when they complain about charges, when you look at this, how many charges do you see here? Every month, look at the days. Every month there are 2 charges, recurring charges. But you see that the other one, the
charge
deduction is your cost of insurance. Is your cost of insurance, is the mortality charges. That is the constant. You see that is constant. And then the index charge, that is what you are buying protection for your money, which is there. So you pay one money, a little bit goes into your mortality charges, which is the cost of insurance, and then a little bit of it is less than $10. It's less than $100, which goes into your index charge. The rest is what? Savings. So it goes in, everything else is building up. So you see the interest. So the interest is adding up, and this interest next year is going to be increased because they're going to pay interest on the money that is your policy value, which is there, and then they're going to pay interest on this interest. So that's why it eats away the charges, because the charges are not very significant as compared to the interest that is building in the account. But most people don't have the patience to even get to this point. Somebody buys the policy, they heard this video, and they went and canceled without even consulting their agent, without even waiting to see how this goes. Especially if you pay for the whole year, you are not going to pay again till next year. So even if you thought that they have been scammed as they are saying, why don't you wait till the following year and see whether you are going to get interest credited to the account or not? So we need patience. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 10 verse 35, it says you need patience. So after you have done the will of God, you see the promise. So we need patience to wait. We lack the patience to wait. You see, that is so the cost of insurance grows, increases with age. But the same amount you are paying, only that now if it were taking $359 for the insurance, by the time you get to my age, they're going to take about $400.
Say that
for
again.
that money.
Say that
Let's
again.
say the money you are paying every month, what he just showed us, right? The cost of the monthly charges, the monthly deduction. If they are taking 55, I have to wear my other glasses. I'm sorry.
$59.96.
That is the
index
charge.
account monthly charge.
That's the index account.
And the charge deduction is $388.22.
So right now, if you are paying $388, maybe by the time you get to my age, it's going to be about $450 that they are going to take
From
the
your
money you are paying. But the money you are paying will not change because it is an internal thing. But because the interest is also building up in the same way, it eats away the
so
cost
you
of
not
insurance.
even really
You
see
don't
it like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what people. So when we sit down with people, we show them, and we do everything and for them to see. So we never write policies without people being around. We never write policies in absentia. We always make sure that you are on Zoom with us and you see everything. We show everything. So there's nothing to hide, because if you have something good, I'm selling Mercedes, I'm proud of it, right? And I will show you everything that will make you feel proud that you own Mercedes.
Okay.
See?
I want us to talk about, and we'll come to the criticism part of IUL. You know, to be fair, what people criticize IUL for. You did mention, say something about you know, it's not you are not an financial insurance agent.
We are insurance agents.
But
we are licensed financial professionals. We are not just selling insurance. We educate people for them to make informed decisions.
Okay.
So we don't just go around writing insurance policy for people. We educate them first. We do their needs analysis first. We call financial needs analysis. Every good agent will do that with you. They want to analyze whether this matches or fits your goal. It's it's going to serve the purpose. It is in your best interest. Is it suitable? We do all that before.
So I guess I have two questions. The first one will be, I mean, how long has IUL been in existence? You know, because it looks like it's just now.
I think it's been around. The index account itself has been around for a long time, but the IUL was introduced around in the 80s. The later
in the 80s,
88, and so 90 something. I think.
Wow.
In the 90s.
So it's been there for a while.
It's been there for a while.
How come we are not finding out?
Because we don't want to hear. We don't want to listen.
Because I know, you know, when I even came to the United States, I've been here over 20-something years, right?
My father was a life insurance
My
agent.
father was a life insurance agent. He was selling term and whole life. He actually forced me to buy whole life. And at that point, I'm like, hey, is it by force? You know, and I bought whole, but at some point I canceled because it didn't even make sense to me. That what am I I'm not benefiting from this until I'm dead and gone. And in my mind, I'm not married. Why if I were to die at that point, who is the money going to?
And the time your father was doing that, this was also around.
So how come he didn't know?
You can't sell what you don't know. You don't
exactly.
Have. If you come to me, I give you what I sell. So what they were doing those days is what they had, and that was what was popular, and that was what my husband, unfortunately, died. We didn't have insurance, but when we came to this, we had life insurance for 20 years. It was term. That's what they showed to us, and that's what we knew. So after it expired, we said, well, we bought it. They made us buy it 10 years. Then the guy came and said, you need to. I said, we don't want it again. Why are we just paying the money? And the time when I saw this, my husband was already in Ghana, and I couldn't get him one of these things, and then he died with no insurance. But can you imagine if we had known about that, because we bought that policy in 1995. 1995, that's when we bought that policy. And then in 2005, we renewed it, and then 2015 we couldn't buy anything. And then he died in 2023.
What an irony.
So if we knew about that at that time, the one who it depends on the agent who is talking to you. If the agent knows about this, there is no way they're not going to tell you. If I come to you and you say you insist that you want term life, I'm not going to deprive you of what you want. I'll sell it to you. But knowing what I know, Why would you buy term? But some people, if you cannot afford, it's fine.
Yeah.
But there's people who can afford it, and they said buy. Let me tell you that what you just said. Buy term and invest the rest. All right, I bought a term when I was 25 years old, or maybe 30 years old. I bought a term for 30 years, and then 30 years I didn't die, so I lost money. And that same year, the stock market crashes. My insurance, my investment is also gone. So what do I have?
Nothing.
And what you, the agent, what are you going to do for me? Nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's why we want our people to think. You see, people are just because they are scared. Like, we know that cars run on fuel. You come around, you said you have car which is electric. We don't get it. It's not true.
Yeah.
Don't buy it. If you buy it, you're going to have an accident. You know, if you bought that, you're going to have an accident because the cars don't run. Cars must run on fuel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And if I don't understand, I'm also going to spread it that, don't get it.
Yeah.
I remember when Permin came in Ghana. They say if you put that cream in your hair, you're going to go mad. It's going to affect your brain. Like, people were scared. You see, so any new thing being introduced brings people to what? Panic.
Especially when they don't understand.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
especially when people are making too much negative noise. That is why we must also bring our people together like you are doing. Thank you for doing this. I don't know how you thought about it, but it's good. You know, so when we hear that people are thrown into panic mode, we should bring them together and then explain things to them, because if we are able to explain things to them and they get the knowledge is power.
Right.
You're going to think and then you're going to make informed decisions. Don't just run out because people are saying negative, because they don't know. And if people don't know, I don't blame those who are making those. And also, like, one of the videos I watched, they said the agents make money, they use the money to pay us whatever commissions they're talking about. The financial advisors also get paid by they charge about an average of 2% of the money they are managing. It's money. So you want people to work without pay, just as we go to work when we get paid. It's the same way anybody who does, but we don't pay. We are not paid by the money. You see, when he showed that illustration to us, you saw that the money she paid is 8,540, and then she has 6,000 something as cash value, and she has something for the cost of insurance. So how much of that money was given to me? If you check that, how much of that money was given to me? We are not paid by the money the client is paying, because you see, as you are saying, you haven't heard about it. You know term life. You know whole life, you know everything. Why haven't you heard? Because they are not advertising. So
at that time, now
even now they are not advertising on TV. People are talking about it.
Yeah.
So they don't buy airtime. The money they use to buy airtime, the money they use to hire a celebrity to advertise is a lot of money. But if we get them referrals, and our referrals are I would say authentic referral. It's organic, because I'm referring somebody I know, and somebody I know, I'm not going to scam them. And for that reason, it's quality referrals. It's better than throwing money on the airtime to buy airtime without any guarantee that you're going to get people to buy or not. So that's the money they give us, some of that money that they would have used to advertise, to buy the airtime, or to hire a celebrity. They are not hiring any celebrity. They are not buying any airtime. That is the little money that they are paying us if I'm able to get somebody to buy the policy. So the client policy money is not, we don't touch that.
So I'm going to take comments, right? And then once I'm done, I would want you to look at, I appreciate what you said about how you guys get paid. You are right. A lot of times, things that people don't know or understand, they speak negatively of, and especially with us Africans. I dare say, when we don't understand how something works, instead of taking our time to understand, we condemn it.
Assumption and speculation.
Yes, yes. And then I remember when I first moved here and I was studying college, and I wanted financial aid. You know, I was with a group of friends, and they were self-paying. And I told them, I said, I heard somebody talking about this thing called financial aid. I want to go and apply. They were like, hey, Dora, do you know financial aid? you are going to accrue interest. When you finish, you are going to pay. And I said, they were talking about grant. Yes. And I said, they said grant. They were like, didn't you come and meet us here? And it's true. I came to meet them here. I came to meet them in this country. Like, did you not come and meet us here? You think you're the one who is white. You just got here and you want to go and apply. So I was like,
that is free money.
At this point, I'm like, you know what? The interest should build up. I need the money. And I went and applied.
It's free.
And it was free. And they even sent me money at the end of the term, right? So when the money came, I was telling one of my friends, madam, I got $800. So after my books and everything were paid, she was like, which one? I said, the financial aid. She said, Dora, you pay. I said, this one is a grant. Now I was the one explaining to her. And then, at that time, things have changed a lot in this country. At that time, when you were going to school, you didn't even need your social security number. But when you needed to apply for the financial aid is when you needed your social, because at that time, they'll give you some numbers. They assign us to some numbers. But when you needed the financial aid is when they will take your social. She was like, then what do I need to do? I said, all you need is your social. But you don't pay. She's like, we've wasted years. I said, yes.
They were scaring you. Discouraging you from doing
yes.
So that's
I do agree that things that a lot of times people don't know, people tend to speculate. Like ChatGPT, people are saying 666. I remember when iPad started coming, when you read scriptures from the iPad, people look at you like, hey, you don't even carry your Bible. You are reading from an iPad. You are so worldly. But not everybody has an iPad, though. Pastors read from iPads and all that. So may God help us. I'm going to read comments. And I want us to be, I guess, maybe critique the IUL, not so much in a negative way, but like I said, I have one, right? And I think where a little bit of hesitation comes in is when an agent is trying to sell you this product, right? So for me, if a product is good and you are selling it to me, it's fair enough. But why do you want to pressurize me to become an agent? That is where I have a problem, because I've seen my father double in, is it 6 links or 5 links? And, when 5 links came, it was a pyramid scheme. Push me up, the next person comes to push you, and we keep pushing until we can't push anymore. So it got to a point that everybody in the church has joined. Now who is going to be at the bottom? So it started collapsing, right? So for some of us, we are very skeptical about things to do with pyramids. So I know when my agent was signing me up the very first time, it was more so, I'm selling you this product. I understood it's good. However, why do you need me to also become an agent? So that, what are you benefiting from me? And if we're going to be honest, I think that is where the skepticism comes from. Because if it's that good, you've sold me the product, you've taken your commission, just go your way. Maybe let me be the one saying that, how can I also become an agent? Or you can share with me how to become an agent and maybe leave it at that. But I see that a lot of pressure comes from, hey, how many have you recruited? How many? So then when that happens, then it gets people skeptical that what is going on here? Is this a pyramid scheme? So I want you to speak to that. But I'm going to take comments and then we'll come to it.
Should I go and choose my glasses?
Yes, let me take the comments. While I'm taking the comments, you can go ahead and take your glasses. Just give me a second here. All right, so let us know where you're watching us from. If you have a question, feel free, put it in the comment section, and then we'll address it. If you are something that we've not talked about, feel free. We have the expert here. No question is off the table. Feel free and let us talk about it. So I have Mama Evelyn here. Mama Evelyn has joined me. She says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mama Evelyn. Good to have you here. We have Richard Apia standing as some love. We have Dickness Abigail from Paul. She says, "You are God all by yourself. Jesus Christ is Lord." God bless you, Lady Dora, for such a powerful worship. We bless God. And I have Frank Apia. So for those who don't know, this is Dickness Sophia is Deacon Frank Apia's mother. Frank says, "Greetings, Pulpit family. Watching from Killeen, K-Town. Thank you so much." Brother Frank drove his mother here. We really appreciate you. And Deaconess Bridget says, "Hello, Lady Dora." She decided to add an H to my Dora. It's okay. Thank you for being here. And then she says, "Hello, Mama Sophia." Hello. I have Ivy Henderson says hi. Hello. Deacon Hannah is here. He says, "Praise the Lord. Great teachings. We bless God." That's another agent. Catherine says, "Good evening. Watching from Edinburgh, Texas." Good to have you here, Catherine. Deacon Hannah says, "People are lazy to the point that they take information from TikTok, Facebook, and other media spaces from a high school dropout and use it for their life planning." How pathetic. Yeah, that is why don't just go off whatever is being talked about on Facebook. And I'm learning this. A lot of times people come on there and they are so serious and telling you like they are saying something so profound. You fact check it and it's all lies. So don't just believe everything you hear on social media. Take the time to read. Deaconess Ruby is highlighting for others to join in and watch. And Mama Evelyn is excited there. Esther Blankson says, "Good evening, Pulpit family. Great discussion today. Watching live from Connecticut. Good to have you here, Esther." Deacon Hannah says, "You see, IUL is a concept that has been there for ages. Many companies, banks, and I guess maybe say the wealthy maybe. She says, "You see, most people in our community want to get rich quick. They can't even be patient for their 401k to accrue for them. They take it out to go build funeral home in Africa. God have mercy." And he says, "Companies, banks, and wealthy people have IUL. We don't see them complaining. Only the poor communities do that." Wow. That is interesting that companies,
Yes. It's right here.
banks, and all that have it. Okay, so when I finish checking the comments, I will read that. Definitely will read that. Let me finish. Okay, so I have Theodora. Auntie Theodora Sego is here. Good to have you here. She says, "Hello, Ma Sophia. Great to see you on this platform. Good job. Lady Dora, God bless you for your help 3 years ago. God bless you as well. Good to hear from you." Dorcas says, "Actually, this is not a pyramid scheme." Okay, and I'm glad Mommy is going to speak to that as well. Thank you for clarifying that. She says, "People confuse network marketing with pyramid. Pyramid is a marketing structure leveraging network marketing principles." Okay. And Deacon Hannah says, oh, this is First Lady Josephine Asari from Jamaica. She says, "Yeah, so I pray they stop complaining and learn." Amen. And Dorcas says, "So only those at the top make the most money." That's talking about a pyramid. Mm-hmm. Yes. And she says, "Unlike multi-level, you can start today and bypass your upline." Mm-hmm. Okay. Pokuya says hello. Pokuma, I think. Asiedu says, "Watching from Virginia. Good to have you here, sir." And Dorcas says, "One more thing. If what you are offering is gold, you won't demonize someone's, and we only educate for people to make their own decisions. I like that. And Dorcas says, great job, Lady Dora. Thank you so much. And Esther, I think this is Esther Jenfield. She says, great host, First Lady Dora, and excellent guest, Mama Sophia, for making us privy to this great IUL discussion. Good job. Yeah, God bless you, Mama Esther. And Comfort says, great job. Our community needs this education. And I believe that as well, that we really do need this education. So you gave me a book.
Money, wealth, life insurance. How
Okay.
the world do you read this?
Okay, let me see if I can show it. Okay, yeah, it says money, wealth, and life insurance. I know there is some in the little print or fine print says how the wealthy use life insurance as a tax-free personal bank to supercharge their savings. So I'm assuming this is a book you can get online.
Yes,
on Amazon.
It's $7 on Amazon.
Not expensive,
Very,
and
very cheap. Yeah.
this looks like it's easy to read too. I like the big print. You can use a day to finish this book. It's not a lot. Okay, so I see that you've highlighted.
Read this.
Okay, it says banks are in the business of money. They employ some of the greatest minds in the world, of course, including economists, attorneys, accountants, financial analysts, and other advisors who help them increase the efficiency and use of their capital. So banks places billions of dollars in life insurance for a reason. Is a reflection of the value they place on this powerful asset. So for banks, life insurance provides the ultimate benefit in safety, stability, and growth. More importantly, the FDIC allows their asset to be classified as Tier 1 capital, which is the safest capital a bank can have. So Tier 1 capital is considered the core measure of a bank's financial strength. So we can learn a lot from banks. That's what the author is saying. But yeah, I can also see they aren't the only ones who use this powerful asset. So basically what this book is saying is that rich people and the wealthy people
And the banks themselves.
and the banks that we
Trust.
put our monies in, they are able to use this IUL to save.
Let me tell you, go to Google.
Uh-huh.
Banks ranked by life insurance asset. If they can do that now, please
Okay.
do Google and then search banks ranked by life insurance assets. And let's see. When he wrote this book in 2013, Bank of America had 19 point something billion. Is it 19 points?
Yeah, I can't even read the it's a lot of numbers.
So when he wrote this book in 2013, Bank of America had $19.6 billion in life insurance. So if life insurance is for death, that people should die before somebody, I should die before you, Dora, takes my money.
Yeah.
That's not life insurance, that's death insurance.
Yes.
And that's what we know. And that's what we've been taught. And that's what we all know. It's familiar, so it's normal.
Right.
You have to die for somebody to take the money.
Which is
But
not
that
worth.
is if life insurance is for death, then are banks going to die? Life insurance banks ranked by life insurance assets.
Okay,
So I'll just continue look for it whenever you see it. You can talk. So you see, this is what, and as he said, banks are not the only ones. But look at these companies. Look at all these companies. So if
General Electric,
oh yeah,
Walt
AT&T.
Disney. Oh my goodness. Okay, AT&T. I'm just going to mention the popular ones. Amway, Nestle.
Starbucks.
Yeah, Prudential Insurance.
See the thing.
General
is,
Motors.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
the
right.
thing is,
Johnson
this,
and Johnson.
Office Depot.
Pfizer.
Office Depot. They're all in. Bed Bath and Beyond.
Comcast, Verizon.
So go get the book. It's cheap.
Okay.
So listen, this one, right? Life insurance. Should we talk about the pyramid first? And then
Let's talk about the pyramid because I want to understand. I feel like sometimes you all put a lot of pressure, on people. I right away told this lady I honestly don't have time. I understand the benefits. I feel like if you are going to do this,
look at that.
okay, please
Make it big.
Bank of America has increased.
Yes.
When he wrote the book, it was 19 billion.
19.6 billion. Yes. So every bank in this country has it. Why? Because FDIC says that the amount of money a bank has in life insurance tells the stability and the safety, because banks don't trust themselves because it can collapse. But if they have taken refuge in life insurance, so why don't we get the life insurance? And the banks have this permanent life where they are pumping money in, where their money is growing, and then they turn around and offer us term life. Your bank offers you term life. You go to the bank and they give you 529 for your child.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this one, if you have this child for your child at the age of 15 days, that's what Americans do. The American elite, they give this for their children when they are 15 days old. So whilst we are planning outdooring, right? Fancy outdooring. I have
Fancy
my
funerals.
baby. I'm going to name my baby, and I go and rent a hall, DJ, videographer, and other things, and then cooks. People prepare wache, and cook, and then I come to your baby outdooring, right? I come to your outdooring, and I give you $100.
Right.
And it goes in the book that I gave you $100. Meanwhile, you've hired a hall, a DJ, everybody that you're going to pay. And then I eat banku and fufu. And then I take home with jollof rice and what else? Maybe fried rice. I take home. So how much of that money is left for the baby?
It's all gone.
So while we are busy planning this outdooring, expensive ones, of course, these elites in this country, so most of the time we say that they are taking advantage of, they have something, they have a secret. The secret is there, it's an open secret, just that we are refusing to learn. So if we are going to be receptive and open for this information, we are not going to be left in the dark. That is why we are doing this, and that will bring, let me finish this and then I'll come to the pyramid.
Yeah.
Because that will lead us to the pyramid, why we want everybody to get involved. Right? Okay. So I come and I give you that. And meanwhile, these people at the age of 15 days, as soon as their social security comes, they create the account for their child. Somebody, I think on the same video, I don't know if the same one that you watch, somebody said, why will I buy 15 life insurance for my child? A child doesn't need. Who told you it's death insurance? So they've confused death with life. We are talking about life. And what we offer, IUL, is life. Why? Because it is protecting your life, and it's also helping you to protect your future. So the child is given this IUL at the age of 15 days. And then we plan this outdoor. And then one thing about us too, every year, I remember my child, my son celebrated his child 2-year birthday. I said, what is this for? This girl, they just hire somebody to draw something in their face, and that's all. She didn't eat the banku, she didn't eat the fufu, she didn't eat anything.
The adults ate. Yeah, the adults came there to eat.
And she doesn't know. But then the money that was supposed to have been given to her, we use that to pay for that.
May God help us.
You see, and then every year we are doing this birthday. Let me ask you this: would you have refused your dad buying you a Sweet 16 car? And say that, Daddy, I'm not taking the Sweet 16 car because you didn't celebrate my second birthday or two. You see, the children don't know. You see, so all these people, they are buying Sweet 16 cars for their children, not from their pocket. One thing that we want our people to understand, that there are certain things that the elite in this country are doing that we are also copying, but we don't even know why they are doing it and how they are doing it.
Yeah.
So your child gets to 16 years and you go and buy them a car from your pocket, from your savings.
Yes.
They don't do that because they have this account for their child when they are 15 days old. So by the time the child turns 16, if I sit down with you and I do the illustration, by the time they turn 16, they have about $80,000 in their account because you are putting money every year. The birthday party you are going to do, you put all the money in. The birthday gift they give, you put it in. So by the time she's 16 years old, you have 80,000. You can take 20,000, buy a nice, beautiful car, throw her a beautiful sweet 16 party, not from your pocket. It's from that child's account. And somebody is sitting on TikTok, and as somebody just commented, uneducated, they're not even licensed. And they're just saying anything just to get views. It's so unfortunate. It's so pathetic. And yet, people are just following them blindly because they think that we are taking advantage of them. Unfortunately, because you are saying that this has been around for so long. Why didn't we know? Because none of it, last time, 3 days ago, I was talking to a lady who bought the policy from somebody else. She said, that time, no Ghanaian was doing this. So I didn't know. So that, so she said, I didn't even understand it because the way he explained it, it's not how you explained it to me today. By that time, she was asking, where were you? Anywhere I go, people say, Mama Sophie, where did I buy it? Where were you? Why are we here? I said, I didn't know either. And listen, ignorance and arrogance. I had people, about 3 people approach me, asking me. I tell them, I said, no, it's a scam. Listen, do you know why our community is kept in the dark? 5 reasons. 5 reasons. Number 1, they ranzy and bite him life and then invest the rest. So our people are just die, and that's what they are doing. Number 1. Number 2, Mr. Smith, Uncle Smith, those who have been in this country for so long. That's me. I had been in this country for 30 years before I heard this information. And 3 people had already mentioned that to me. I said, oh, it's not true, it's a scam. I did the 2 because lack of knowledge, my people perish. I didn't know about it, and I was acting on my ignorance yet because people trusted me. And when I told them it's not true, they believed me. And that's why our people are also being driven because somebody else who hasn't sat down with us. Well, after when I do present, I said, you sat down with me for 3 hours, right? We spent 3 hours explaining everything to you. You go and you call Uncle Smith, who has been in this country for 30 years. You say, I heard this from this lady. She said, no, it's a scam.
Yes.
Don't let them scam you. It's a scam. I've been here for 30 years. I've never heard about it. If I don't know about it, it's a scam. Look at this. And these people bought into what I said because, and they had heard about it, but because they trust me, and they know I should know better. So when I told them it is scam, they believed me. And they didn't buy it. So after I heard about it, I called them and I apologized. I said, you know what? I acted on ignorance. I didn't know. You should have what? Explained it better to me. So then these people came to, now they are my clients.
Thank God.
You see? So Uncle Smith, also, that's number 2. Reason number 3, PhD. PhD, yes.
Pull him down.
No, because the education. So we have people, as I said earlier, our community is the number 1 highest educated community in America because how many degrees don't we have? The master, the PhD, name it. So you finish with me, and then you call Lady Dora, who has PhD. Lady Dora, I just met with this lady. She's talking about if I buy life insurance, I'll get. She said, oh, it's a scam. If it's true, if it exists, I've gone to school, I would have known. Listen, the subject of money is taught at home, not in schools. So if it's taught in school, they wouldn't train us how to prepare resumes. They would train us on money, but they don't want us to know money. So it is not so. The PhD will say that because I have my degree, it is not true. If it's true, I would have known about it. Number 3, that's number 3. Number 4, my plate is full. I spoke with the lady and the husband. They said, oh, Auntie Sophie, the information is good, but my plate is full. I'm building a project in Ghana, and my son is going to graduate from medical school next year, and I have to throw a party for him, and I have to save my money for that, and blah, blah, blah. So she didn't do it. My plate is full. Then I went to Ghana for my father's funeral. When I was in Ghana, the husband called me. Mama Sophie called me. I've been trying to call you, I don't get. So he went to Facebook and called me and sent me a message. So I thought they had changed their mind. So I was eating. I stopped eating, I called. He said, Mama Sophie, what's in Yaba? Have you heard? I said, what has happened? Then he mentioned his wife's name. I said, what's happened? What about her? She's dead. I said, what? I said, what? I said, what killed her? And there's aggressive cancer that kills people in 3 months. So this lady who said her plate is full, she's building a project in Ghana. She didn't finish building the project, and the son did not graduate, but she died. And that time they could have bought $1 million. It's because she has money, and she could have bought $1 million, and the son would have had money, right? But she said her plate is full. So my plate is full. My plate is full. I always tell people jokingly. I said, if your plate is full, let's say you go to a buffet party, right? And you see this and you take a little bit, then I get to aprapansa. Hey, aprapansa is so, I didn't know there was aprapansa here. Oh no, my plate is full. Do you think I'll say my plate is full? What will I do? I'll clear some of the salad out so I can make space for my plate, my salad, right? For my I like aprapansa. They put aprapansa at the end. And I filled my plate, get to here, hey, aprapansa, no, I'll go back and take some. So that's what we do, but I say my plate is full. Meanwhile, you found this. Listen, anybody listening to us, if you are doing any project, I had known so many people who started projects back home who didn't finish and they got sick.
Yeah.
And they couldn't finish and they died. Now the project is stuck.
Yeah.
Your children cannot sell it. They can't move in. And you are not there. Can you imagine if they found this policy and they bought 1 million or say 500,000? You get sick, you get up to 90% of that money. And you can do everything. You can even finish your project, and then if you want to move back home, you can easily move back home.
Yeah.
And yet people have this and they say my plate is full. I don't understand. And then the last one, the last enemy, which is fighting our community, is procrastination. I'll do it next year. No, let's wait. Mama Sophie, I know people who say, Mama Sophie, let's wait till Christmas. Christmas comes, let me file my taxes. Taxes come, let Easter comes. No. Thanksgiving, they never get to do it. So these are the 5 enemies fighting our community. Why we are still left in the dark.
I also think that maybe another enemy is that a lot of consumers think if I buy it from you, I'm making you rich. The money is going to you. So it's like me doing you a favor. So, you realize that you end up chasing them. And, I know my father is also into insurance and stuff. And so sometimes I'm like, Jaum, leave them. Because for me, when this agent had explained things and I took my time to read about it, it didn't take that long, right, to be convinced. It's like salvation, the message of the cross. You tell people, I remember we got that in an Uber one time and my husband was trying to talk to this driver about salvation. And he was like, my husband said, so if you were to die right now, knowing that you don't have Christ, where are you going? He's like, I don't care. I'm willing to bear the consequences. And,
Determined.
Yeah. And when we got off, I said, wow, I wish he knew the consequences he's talking about, right? Because whether we all like it or not, death is inevitable. And one thing I personally like about this IUL is the fact that I don't even have to die.
No.
That's why I canceled my father's policy about the whole life thing. I mean, 23-year-old girl, I'm not married, and you are making me buy a whole life policy because what? He's like, the way you've been driving 1 hour here, 1 hour there. I'm like, so that I die and you guys take the money. I'm not doing it, So I canceled it. But I think with this one, looking at the benefits of you being alive, God forbid, you getting sick and knowing that your mortgage will still be paid. I think it's very, very assuring just to hear that. So I want to come back to the pyramid, the whole pyramid thing that we're talking about. If you can speak to that, it's different you selling me an insurance, but why do you also need me to be an agent? And when I become an agent, I'm sure it looks good for you because you sign me up. Then I have to also sign it. And I will have to sign Trey. Trey have to sign at the front point. Like, what are we doing?
All right. Thank you so much for bringing that up because I think it's time for us to clear the air about that.
Yes.
You see, the reason why this is a powerful information, and for instance, there are people that your father has helped that I may never have been able to tell. And also, there are people who have been approached by other people. They didn't trust them, but you go and they trust you. You see? So when you hear, especially if you have this rich information, and you share with somebody and they don't pay attention, like this lady, she passed away. I felt sad, and I wish she had listened, right? So in the same way, right now we need a lot, because people haven't heard about, and they don't advertise it on the news media. How can people hear? The Bible says that how can they hear unless somebody goes and tell?
Right.
And how can they go and tell unless somebody is sent? How can somebody even get the information to share unless they know? So the reason why we want more people to get involved is that there are so many people who have still not heard about it. Yesterday I did a presentation. I had about 25 guests on the line. Most of them said they have never heard about it.
Yeah.
Yet we are in this country and we think a lot of people know about it already. Yet there are so many people who do not know. And there are people that you know that I will never know. I may never know them.
Right.
And unless you say yes and you go and tell them, they will never, and hearing from you, they may consider it. But hearing from me, they will not. So that is why we say join us. Not that you are like people come in, we help them to make money, because our goal is for us to create wealth in our community. You see, so unlike the pyramid, you see the pyramid, as one of the people was saying on the pyramid is different from the network marketing is different from pyramid. Listen, every institution, if you guys will all agree with me, all of you together, if you agree with me, every institution on earth is a pyramid. Why? Because there's a top leader, one person, and then there are executives there, and then directors, and then it comes to the masses. Everything, even churches, we have it. It's a pyramid. But the pyramid that they're talking about, as she said, if we are operating a pyramid scheme, I will not let you pass me. So corporate is actually pyramid. I want to clear this air. Corporate is actually the real pyramid, because if I'm a manager and you are an associate working under me, do you think I'll let you pass me? No. I won't. I have, before I'll recommend you for promotion. Maybe I've already been promised I'm going to promote it. Right. There's no way I'm going to promote you to come and pass me. Never. Corporate is the actual pyramid. What we do here, especially in our company, is not a pyramid, because I bring you in. The reason why I want you, Lady Dora, to get involved is not because you need money. You have money. So it's not about us, and it's not about money. It's about the people. Now there's a family who have all joined. Your father wrote a policy for one of them. Your father asked her to join. She said no. Yeah. But then the sister joined, and then they saw how the sister is speaking. Now all of them have joined. Do you think if that lady didn't join, those people would never have joined? Right. You see, so the reason why we want everybody to get involved is not about the fact that you need money. And also, it's not about the fact that you are coming to help me grow, because you come in, the person who brought me in the business, I've passed her.
Oh, wow.
And the one who trained me, I'm on the same level with him.
That's
See, so this is not pyramid. Okay. This is, we use this as a mentorship program, because they always say that when you come in, you are making money for them. Listen, nobody has graduated from college, and right off the bat, you go into a company, they put you in executive position. Does that happen?
No,
you graduate. You have to start from the
entry
level. And then you get trained, and then you get mentored, and then you build up. You build your expertise, and then you build yourself up to the next level. And even that, you have to go through the ladder, the corporate ladder. But here, when you come in, it's dependent on your passion and your willingness to excel. So when I came in, I had packed my things. I was going to Ghana. I was moving to Ghana for good. And then I saw this. I said, no. So like the Samaritan woman. The reason why we are doing it, I said, nah. If I had been in this country for 30 good years, I didn't hear about it. Now it means that, and they showed me the books, and because I read a lot, right? I thought I would find one of them and I said, oh. And to my disappointment and embarrassment, I had never seen any of the books. I said, hey, so if I have not seen any of the books, it means none of my friends has also seen it. So let me go and tell. So is it pyramid that the person brought me to make money off me? No, because the person who brought me, within 6 months, within 3 months, I came to a level.
Wow.
It is not pyramid. You see, so people are just confusing people, throwing dust in people's eyes because of their previous experience. But there have been pyramids around. But then corporate is the number one pyramid. If your boss will not let you pass them, that is pyramid. But here, I passed the one who brought me, and I'm on the same level with the one who mentored me.
Wow.
You see, and he tells me that, Auntie, I see that you're going to pass me. Go ahead and go. So it's like it's that.
I
So
like that.
yeah, so it is, and this is the only opportunity where I will share my secrets with you, even because I want you to go. Why? It's not that I want to make my money off you, but because I want you to help other people. Because I said yes. Listen, last year alone, I brought $960,000 in our community. But if I was working alone, how much of that money came to me? Just a little. I got about 300,000 came to me. The rest went to the community. So we are helping people to also we are bringing money into the community. So if somebody tells you to join us, I don't put pressure. I will show you what is in for you. And the reason why I want you to join may be because there are so many people that have said no to other people. But when you go, because of how they know you and how they trust you, the confidence, they will say yes to you.
Right.
And for that reason, all those people who have yesterday, this lady who your father wanted to bring in, who did it, and the sister came in. Yesterday, the mother sent me a message, and I was crying. She prayed for me. She said, "Mommy, God bless you for what you're doing." But if her sister didn't say yes, they wouldn't have heard about it. You see, so that is why we want everybody to get involved, because the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. There are so many people who have never heard about this, and they are left in the dark. And you can tell some people, not that you need money. So I tell people that, listen, this is not about money. It is about helping the next person. Right now, if I didn't say yes, your father would never have done this. We went in before. He didn't do it well, and he quit. But when because I said yes, now he's somewhere. Right. And because he said yes, there are so many people. So that's why we are doing this. So it's like evangelism. Paul warned Timothy. And Timothy went and then spread the gospel. Titus went. Epaphras went. And they all spread the gospel. So if somebody doesn't say yes, how will the next person who knows them? Because the gospel cannot reach everywhere unless people go. And who is going? Everybody takes it to their community. Like Paul took it, and then Timothy took it, and then everybody is taking it to where they are. So you are going to say yes, and then you're also going to take it to the people who trust you. That people that I will never know, I will never meet. That is the main purpose. So it's not pyramid. We call it mentorship program, because you cannot educate when you join the first time. How can you share this information? But I will work with you, mentor you. As I'm so you bring somebody, as I'm doing the education, you are sitting there, you are watching. That's what I did. And then in 6 months, I came to the same level with my mentor. You see, so it's not pyramid, it's mentorship program.
Well, thanks for the explanation. I'm going to take comments. I guess for some of us, thank God, maybe God is changing the hearts of us Africans and our minds, because as you know, naturally speaking, the African will not naturally do that unless it's going to benefit them. And for me, that is where the skepticism comes in. If an African is telling, "Oh, Dora, this thing is good, it's going to benefit them. Otherwise, they will never, even at the workplace, when they are hiring, they will not come and tell you that, "Oh yeah, my job is good. Come and apply." Nope. They'll hire. The only time you hear them mobilizing people is when it's benefiting them. And for me, that is what scares me about this whole, this whole thing. So thank you for clarifying that. Maybe God is changing our hearts now. Dickie Henner says everything in life is a pyramid. Family is a pyramid. Job is a pyramid. Everything. All right. And Pamela says hello. She says the volume is low. Please up a little bit. Okay. We'll do that. Dickie Henner says, who said children don't die? Yeah. Get sick or become disabled. We can put insurance on a car, iPhone, fridge, microwave, and dishwasher. But when it comes to your child, you are doing analysis paralysis.
Yeah, analysis paralysis. Now we try to make sense of everything. I was asking some people, I said, how many of you, when your company, your HR calls you that you qualified for 401k. Now you are due for 401k. How many of us will pick up the phone and call my wife? Hey, honey, they say I qualify for 401k. Should I take it or not? How many people have done that? You see?
Yeah, it's lack of understanding, I guess. So my brother is here, I guess, talking about money. He's shown up because I've never seen him on Pulpit. Ephraim, I've never seen him join us on Pulpit. He's an agent too.
Ephraim, now, yes, you see.
Yeah, but now that we're talking about money, he's here clapping. Okay. All right, I see. Dickie Henner says, there is nothing wrong with term if the person's financial objectives warrant a term. Yeah, and I agree. We give it to them. Not everyone has the financial discipline to keep an IUL. Thank you so much for that. And my brother says, my friend got diagnosed with cancer a month after I told her about the IUL. She kept pushing it back. Did she get it?
No, she didn't.
She didn't buy it? Oh my God.
So now she has cancer, and now there's nothing she can do. And they say it's like a parachute. If you don't have it before you get it, once you get it, you can never have it.
That's scary. Dikiana says, I have a Ghanaian who cancelled his IUL due to hearsay and died 2 months later. GoFundMe was a result. Well, I like these practical examples. And he says, talking about sickness, I have 2 clients, 34 and 54, who have been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Guess what? They both received over 200,000 to help with bills. Thank God. He says, I've made a vow to the person who introduced this opportunity to me that I will tell everyone I come across. Mama Dora, I will share the opportunity with you. LOL. I have IUL. I mean, I do have it. It's just the fact that I honestly speaking, I don't think I have time. I was telling my dad, for me, if I'm going to do something, I put my all in it. I don't do things halfway. So I don't want to sign myself on this, and I'm partially in. It will not work for me. Maybe the right time will come, but not now. He says the person who brought me in the business, I make more money than him. Tell me a pyramid can give you that.
Exactly.
Okay. And then he says, are all IULs, okay, this Kiki, are all IULs the same? That's a good one.
All right. So it depends on the company. That's why we have this book, Look Before You LIIP. It depends on the company. Yes, IUL is IUL. It's all Index Universal Life. Okay. But it depends on the living benefit, depends on the company. Some companies offer higher living benefits. Others don't offer higher living benefits. But some people, I'll keep asking people, like, let's say I come to Lady Dora, buy this life insurance from me. When you get sick, I'll give you money. And then somebody also comes and says, when you get sick, I'll give you $20,000. And then you get sick, you bought it from me. I said I'll give you money. If I gave you $2,000,
that's money.
Isn't that money?
Yeah, it is.
But if I told you I'll give you $20,000 and I give you $2,000, will you accept it?
No.
Why? Because I promise. So that's what it's about. Like IUL. Some of the companies tell you they will give you money, but they don't specify the amount they will give you. You see, so you have it, thinking that, and I have a lady who died with no money. Why? Because she didn't get the right one. See, so you get it, and you think you have it until you need it, and they say, yo, that doesn't apply. So you must know exactly what you are getting, and make sure that the company specifies how much they're going to get, not a percentage of this or that. Let them give you the numbers. For us, what the company we have so many companies. We have about 130 companies, but we have number 1 or the first top 10 which we are working with, because we know everything about them and they are very strong. So they will tell you this is what we give you, especially for one of the companies. They will tell you the amount that they're going to give you, and that's what you get. So not IUL, all IULs are not the same. Some of them, when you take a loan, you pay higher interest. Some of them you don't pay higher interest. You see, and then some of them you don't even get protection at all. For you get the protection for life.
Yeah.
And you are also protecting your money. but you don't get the living benefits. So there are different types of IUL. So
Okay.
it depends on what. So that's why we say that it is not a one size fits all.
Okay.
We have to analyze your needs, and then also depending on the underwriting, if you're going to get everything or not everything. But
So as we start to wrap up here, who will you say is the right candidate for IUL?
all right, I would say everybody is the right candidate if they're willing. So I tell people that let's put it in because it's free to apply. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, but then it must be structured according to your goals. So that's why we do the analysis, the needs analysis. So some people want it, but they don't have the financial capacity
Right.
to buy it. So that one is very difficult. But somebody can be 70. I sold one for somebody, 75-year-old lady in New York.
75.
Yes, in
She's
New York.
probably paying 5,000 a month.
No, she's paying $16,000 a month. A year, sorry. She's paying 16,000 and she loves it.
75.
75. She qualified for the long-term care. And last time I called her to go over, and she was blown away. She said, I'm going to tell everyone because now this lady has long-term care of the same amount of policy she bought. 75. She said she was going on retirement. She didn't know how to go on retirement. That's why she's still working. Because she said, I have nothing that I'm going to count on. But thank God that I have this. Now she has long-term care of about $150,000. That if she needs money, if she's not able to perform any 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, she can get somebody to come to her house, help her in the house, help her take medication and all that, make her feel comfortable. One of the benefits, if you can check before we wrap up, I want us to quickly go through this slide. I think 8A. Get us on 8A. The top 12 benefits of IUL.
Okay.
I want us to talk about it so that people will know the top 12 benefits of IUL. I want people to know it's not there. Okay, so it says it's not there. That one, yes, good. All right, so these are the top 12. Can you make it large a little bit for us? So I want people to see why IUL is so important. Number 1, the uninterrupted compound interest. So your money is growing by uninterrupted compound interest. You never lose money and it's growing. No matter what happens on the stock market, you sleep like a baby. Number 2, probate court free death benefits. So when you die, your money goes to your family probate court. It doesn't go through probate. And probate, we'll talk about that another time because that's a whole new subject that we want our people. Most people in our community do not know anything about probate. And then tax-free death benefit. When somebody dies with insurance, the children don't have to pay any taxes and they just take the money. The terminal illness rider. When somebody has been diagnosed to die in 12 months or less, they'll give you all the money. For us, our company, if you bought $1 million, they'll give you all the $1 million.
Go spend it and die.
And so you are dying. You see, for me, I think I'm dying.
You die in joy.
I'm going to die in comfort with dignity. People will have to be around, feed you. Listen, if you are diagnosed of terminal illness and your spouse has to go to work and you can't take the medicine, look, they're going to scold you. They're going to, because they are already stressed. I'm going. Because she's stressed. You see, but if you are sick and you have $1 million coming in, do you think your spouse will have to leave you to go to work?
No,
honey, oh, please take this and then no. Oh, so honey, they are treating you because money is there. Money is power.
Yeah.
So that's number 1. That's the thing. So when you are diagnosed of 12 months or less to live, you get the whole money. And then critical illness, when you are diagnosed of any dreaded disease like cancer, stroke, kidney, or anything like that, anything that will take your life, critical, right? They give you up to 90% of that money based on the severity of your illness. So let's say you are at stage 4 cancer. They know that your life expectancy is about 2 years or maybe one and a half years. They'll give you about 90% of the money. Go and most people, you see, most of these illnesses, they have cure, but because people don't have money, And the misery also kills people. You know, sometimes people get diagnosed because of the fear of dying. They just die, right? But if you have money, you can get better medical intervention, and you can. But there's a lot of people who have gotten this money that they are now alive.
Right.
And also, it doesn't even put stress on your family. And then the chronic illness rider, that again, if you are not able to perform any two of the 6 activities of daily living, eating, bathing, you know, dressing and all that, they'll give you up to 90% based on that. And also, you get somebody to come into your house and take care of you. Long-term care, you get that money. And you know, this is money, but you don't have to spend, you don't have to empty your bank account. Most people die, but they have to empty their bank account. Before they die and there's no money. That's why when you go to African funeral, when you go to the American funeral, you see, when they are crying, they'll just remove their glasses because they already have makeup. That's how Americans do mourn their come to African funeral, Papa, because the money, the source of money is gone. You see, so the wailing, the dropping, and it's all because the money is gone. But the American, because they know that as soon as they bury, there's money that they're going to share.
Yeah.
You see, so that's the difference. Let's go. And then this one, it says easy access to cash. You don't need application. So, for instance, you have built equity in your house. You need cash. And you need it now. And you know, listen, I've been a realtor before, so I know what I'm talking about. When you qualify for the house, the fact that you've qualified for the house doesn't mean it's done. Sometimes the banks will go into your check, they'll check your credit to see if you still maintain that high credit. And if you want to do a cash out refinance, you have to go through the same credit approval process. Underwriting have to look at your income, your credit, everything. Here, if you have last week I called in to get money for somebody who wanted to expand her business, $50,000. I called, and Wednesday the money was there.
The 50,000 was there.
They've given her
so I want
money.
you to pause right there, because I know someone who had called, and I hope he's watching, because I sent it to him, who had called me about 2 years ago and was so disappointed because he was actually trying to cancel because he said that he needed money, and when he called his agent, the agent said he had not accrued anything, and for him, he had been investing for the past, according to him, in the past 4 years. So how is like, what do you mean by I don't have any money? So how is somebody able to go and take $50,000 and then somebody else also needs money and they are being told something else?
I want to see, I'm trying to see which exhibit is that. It depends on how the policy is structured and how you fund it.
Okay.
Yes, so let's go to exhibit 6A. Yeah, 6A. It depends on how the policy is structured and how you fund it. This policy, and I saw
6A, right?
Is it 6A? Is it? Yeah, 6A.
Okay.
It's not there. That one. Is it not?
No,
there?
that's not 6A. This 6B.
That one.
Yeah.
This one.
Can you please make it a little bigger?
So
Thank
today
you.
we are learning. I'm a teacher, so I always want to show. See, I don't know why this particular one, it will take the third year she can take money out. You see, this one is more protection. You see, this is IUL, more protection. So she wants $1 million, and she's paying the same amount of money. But the first 2 years she cannot take money. But after that she can start taking. So I don't know if the person was paid 4 years.
We are looking at where are we looking for the first 2 years? You said, is it the
Cash
withdrawals?
surrender.
Okay, the cash surrender. Okay.
The cash surrender is the amount of money you can take out if you need to take some money out. So the person who spoke to you, that said, I don't know what she was paying, because sometimes some agent, I don't know if the agent or the person, you know, sometimes people want to pay the minimum, the bare minimum.
Okay.
Because we have something we call, even it's right here, MLLP, right?
MNLP, yeah.
It's 3,909. But this lady is paying 8,002. No, make it again. This person is paying 8,200, right? 290. And yet there's MNLP, which is what 3,909. So some customers, they say, I want to pay the bare minimum. And the agents, maybe most agents are so caring that okay, if they say half a loaf is better than no bread.
Right.
The most important reason why we are doing this is for your protection first. So that in case something happens to you, there's something for your family. So the agent will consider that. But most of us, we don't talk about it because that ML is minimum no lapse. It means that the bare minimum you can pay so that your policy does not lapse. So it's not building in. You see, this lady, the one that 8,290 she's paying, you see how much money she's saving, 6,641. That is what is going to be in her policy value, which is the cash value, right? And it's going to build in, and it's going to get more compound interest.
So this particular example, right? So let's say in 6 years,
she can take 31,000 if she wants money. She has put in 49,000. She has 45,900, almost $46,000 in policy value. And then she can take money out right now. That's easy access to cash. She will call the company. She says, I need to take money out, 30,000. They will go in. As long as there's 31,000, she can take that money out with no questions asked.
But then she will pay interest in taking the money out.
The interest, as I said, it varies by company.
Okay.
This particular company, if you take the loan here right now, you pay 2.75% interest. So I have some agents, I have people who have taken money here. I have an agent who was going to buy a brand new car. She went to the car and they were going to charge her 8.9% interest. She said, let me take my money from here. She took money here and her interest is 2.75. And the interest, the funny thing is that the 2.75%, when you pay the 2.75, 2% will be credited to your account because it's your own money. There's a book here, it says personal family bank strategy, becoming your personal banker, the big one, and right there. Becoming your personal banker, you see. So there are so many books. So that, it means that you took the money from your own account. If you decide to pay the interest, they pay 2.75%, they will credit 2% to your account. So only 7.5% will go to the company.
So let's say this person takes out in year 5, right? They go and take out 21,000 and then they die. Would they still get a 1.37 or they would deduct the 21,000?
They would deduct the 21,000. So listen, when the reason why last time somebody called me, I want to cancel because they said the money, if I need money, I have to borrow money from the company. That means they've taken my money. So they say now I have to pay. If I need money, they say I some Hey, you see, it's a lack of knowledge. So when I heard that message, I called the agent. I said, put that client on the line for me. Wake her up. It was 12 midnight. I woke her up. And I told her, and I went through everything, and I showed her the account, and she had even gained $2,000 in interest. Now she said, I'm sorry. You see? So listen, you borrow. The reason why we don't allow people to withdraw. When you withdraw, you are withdrawing from your policy value. And the policy value is where they add the compound interest, where the uninterrupted compound interest is taking place. But if you take a loan, that is just technical. I mean, it's a loan, right? Which means that you are borrowing against your debt benefit. And so you do not have to pay it back. If you take a loan from a bank, you have to pay it back. But here, if you take this loan, because they know that one day you will die. So they won't send any creditors. They won't send debt collectors. You don't have to be pressured to pay because they know that one day, even if you live to 121 years, one day you will die. As soon as you die, whatever money they have to give to your family, they will deduct it from. Look at this, you see. So that's the beauty of this IUL. You can take money and listen. Somebody was going to Ghana. He's a taxi driver in New York. He called my honest of him. Here's guy, and I'm saying, how much do you need? I can pay 2,000. I'm saying, okay, let's go. And I saw I said, you can take 16,000. Me too. Me too. 16,000. I said yes. He said, me too. And I'm yes. So he said, okay. Okay, then can you give me 7,000? I said sure. And then I did the 3-way. He thought he was going to write application. We did the 3-way. Say, how do you like it? She said, do you want to pay it back, loan or cash? Withdraw. He said loan. Okay. Do you want to pay it back? Yes. And they said, well, you may try to pay it back or not. It's your money. How do you like it? Direct deposit or check? And I said, get check so that I can get a copy of it. And so they said, so it will be in your mailbox maybe in 10 days after it's approved. So we hung it there. And I don't know. And I said, no, I don't know. I said, yes. So so he said, I want you to come to my church. You see, people go through this and they are so excited because, they are throwing dust in people's eyes. You don't know. Instead of learning, you are just, like for us, somebody also commented. You see, we are all trying to help our community. You know what you are doing. If it's helpful for people, focus on it and highlight the benefits for your people.
Right.
We are also, so everybody should stay in their lane. We are all thinking about our community, but why do you have to bash people? Because you know that if they know the truth, and the Bible says that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Isn't that simple? So me sharing the truth, and you're throwing dust in people's eyes. For what purpose? So here, you take that money. You can take, this lady took 50,000. I took the 50,000 for her. And even if you go, I think I showed it here somewhere in the exhibit. So the 50,000, I want you to show it to them. So that's 50,000 she took as exhibit 7. See, she had. So let's see that exhibit 7. So she has 50,000. This one, you see. Yes. Make it big. Is that big? Okay. She has a loan, a policy of 700,000. She has built cash value of 101,000. Wow. She needs money, and she was supposed to take 82,423. She said, "I want to take 50,000." So we wrote the check for 50,000. She had it.
You mean she was supposed to take 32,000?
She could take 82,000. Because there was 82,000, but because she took the 50,000, she's now left with. You see at the bottom, it says maximum loan amount available.
Yes.
So that means she could have easily taken the $82,000.
Okay.
So she took the $50,000. No questions asked. I checked. The 3 days later, the check has been cashed. If she had applied for a loan, equity loan, home equity loan, how long would it have taken?
And the interest, yeah.
It would have gone through underwriting.
Yes.
And everything else, and then the interest. But here, they told her, and the good news is that she's even in Ghana as I'm speaking. I did a 3-way for her, and we just got a check, just like that. And so she's going to use it to expand her business. So if you're a business owner, you don't need to take a loan from the bank where you have to use your business as a collateral. Yeah. Now she has used the death benefit as a collateral. And she's able to expand her business with no wahala, right? And she has everything. So this is what we are talking about. You see that when she took that money, you see that the cash value is still 101,000.
Yeah.
Because she didn't take any money from that. She took money from against her debt, and she has 700,000. So the company doesn't care whether she pays the 50,000 back or not. Because if she dies, they're going to add, if she had died right now, right, they would have added the $101,000 to the 700,000, which would have been 800,000 given to the family.
Right.
But now that she has taken the 50,000, at the end of the day, they're going to add whatever is in the cash value, adding it to the specified amount, and then take away whatever she owes. This is simple. This is the best life to live in this country, and yet we are kept in the dark because of lack of knowledge.
Thank you so much for these explanations. As I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking, man, when I first came, I'm thinking when I was about 22 and had a whole life. Imagine if I had IUL. I can only imagine how much cash value I would have accrued. But hey, it's not. I'm just imagining me withdrawing some money.
And your dad now he can't. He need if he had
Yeah.
if he had this policy,
Yeah.
he would have got a lot of money.
He didn't know.
He would have had a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
You see, so we need. That's why. So when agents come to you and say we want you to register, it's not that we want to take money. We want to take advantage of you, or maybe we want you to come and push us up. No, God is pushing us anyway, but we want you to get involved because there are people like when I came to this country when I was 32 years old.
Wow.
But I found this information when I was 64 years old. Can you imagine? So if I had bought $1 million, I would have been paying 8,000, the 540 that they are showing. But do you know now I have 800,000? Do you know how much money I'm paying? Because I found it when I was 64 years old.
So you were already old.
I'm already old. So the money I'm paying for 800,000, if I had bought it at age of 32, I would have been covered for $4.5 million. So in our presentation, we say that people decline life insurance because they are young and healthy.
Yes.
But life insurance company also declines people because they are sick and old. They are sick and old. So all of us are declined. You see, the thing is, and one thing is, life insurance is simply transferring your risk to the company.
Yes.
So anybody who has life insurance, the reason why they decline some people, the company is doing you a favor. So if you have life insurance, as you are watching, the company has done you a favor to give you that because not everybody qualifies. And you have paid. Let's say this girl pays $8,290,
Here.
and something happened and she died that year. They're not going to say that because she paid $8,290, the family will get $8,290. The family will still get the $1 million with the extra because she still has 6,000 something. They will add that 6,000 to the 1 million, give it to the family. So it's like
And thank you for saying that because I have a friend that I was talking to who was saying that, oh, it's better you save your own. And I hope he's watching because his argument was that he would rather save his own, the monthly amount that he's going to be paying. Let's say if he's paying $200, he will save that $200 every month. And I said, do the calculation.
So put it. Let's go back to what we were watching. Exhibit 6A. Is it 6C? 6C. I don't know. 6A. Let's go to 6A again. Yes. So you see, as he's saying 6A. Let's go to 6A, and let's see the numbers again. So he's saying that he would rather save his own money. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's look at it. Make it big. Let's look at the numbers here. If he's saving his own money, right, at age 54, which would be the year 22, she would have put in 182,380. The first, that's the money that would have been in his bank account. But because he put it here, now his money is what? The cash value is what? Policy value is what? 300,000. And if he wants to take money, he can take all the 300,000, yet still have $1 million in protection, and still have money coming in for living benefit. You see, so this is no brainer. You know, Satan is a liar. You know, Satan is trying to, just as they say that if Satan knew that Jesus Christ would die for us to be saved, he wouldn't have crucified the King of Glory. In the same way, if these TikTok people knew that they're going to make a sit down, because I never planned of coming here, but because of this video you saw, so so they are doing it as a favor. Now, if people are watching, right now, they are getting the other side. They are hearing the other side of the story, instead of just being thrown dust in their eyes.
And thank you so much. I'm going to take the last comments, and then you can bring in your closing. And as you're closing, I want you to add, for those of us who have it, when we look at our yearly statements, what are some of the things we should be looking at to make sure it's meeting our expectations?
Exactly.
All right. So, Deacon Hannah says IUL is designed based on your financial objectives, time, horizon, insurance needs, and other factors. Thank you. And he says, I have a client last week looking for 1 million IUL and is ready to pay 23,000
per
a year. Ooh.
Yeah.
Broke people. Broke people paying $100 a month are the noisy ones.
Noisy ones. Yeah, I have a client who is paying $28,000 a year.
Wait, he's $28,000
a year. She said she didn't know about it, and she's like, why didn't we know? Now she's over 50. She said, I still want it. So she got 1 million. She said,
1 million. She's paying $28,000 a year
because she's old.
Oh,
you know, the older you are, the more expensive it is. That's why we want to give all the young people the opportunity. Like me, I said at my age, 66, right? I have $800,000, and I'm paying the money I'm paying. It would have given me 4.5 million if I was 32 years old. So,
and the 32-year-old things, I don't need it.
They don't need it, and they are the ones who qualify easily.
But some of them will say, oh, like you rightly said, oh, my plate is full. Oh, I don't have enough to do all these things.
If your plate is full and you find a preferencer, you make a space for the preferencer. So that's it.
That's true. Well,
yeah.
That's fair. Wow. Ha. If you don't have money, I complain too much.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. If you don't have money, you complain. If you have the money, I have somebody who is paying. She put in 29,000 a year.
Yeah.
She said, my sister, I didn't see this early. When she saw it, she was 62. She said, I'm saving money for retirement. And if the banks are putting their money in insurance, why do I have to keep my money with the bank? She took it and put it here. 3 years. She paid 29,000 for 3 years. Now she's not paying anymore. The whole year she hasn't paid anything, and she's getting interest.
Wow.
Yes.
A friend of mine said nothing is expensive. You just can't afford it.
Exactly. Yes. If you want it, if you can afford it, nothing is expensive.
That's true.
But people are just complaining because they say African people.
Yeah, you just can't afford it. It's not expensive. So stop whining. Mm-hmm. All right. So Dickie Hannah says, Gertrude is showing us some love. God bless you. Dickie Hannah says, imagine getting terminal illness and you can fly first class to Ghana. Not at the back of the flight. My God.
Yes, true. Very true. And people don't want it. Just like we need to do this campaign. That's why, so my brothers and sisters, if somebody is telling you to get involved, not that they want to take advantage of you or you have to push them up. We want you to, there is somebody somewhere who will only hear it from you. And that is why we want you to get involved.
All right. So Abby says, IUL is a great financial tool. Yes, it is. And Gertrude says, no one in our community should be sick for free anymore. I agree. And Abby says, peace of mind. You can't beat this product. Absolutely. Efo Adam says, if Mama had a cane, she would have lashed a few people for being hard-headed. Oh, God help us. The Ghana says, you can invest your 401k, stocks, etc., at any time of your life. However, that's true.
Yes, very
you cannot true. Get insurance coverage at some point in your life. Yeah, that is.
See, so get it done. Yeah. The young people, get it now. Yeah. Get it over with, and then you can do whatever you want to do in the future.
So I
know 401k, they don't have to check your health.
I know we're wrapping up, but before I continue, let's say you are young, right, and you think right now, I can afford 8,000 a year. Maybe starting out, I can only afford $100. Can you start and then when maybe things get up, change the policy?
That's the beauty of IUL. We call it universal,
index
universal, because that one is flexible and it's in the list that we're going through the benefits. You can change it. It's flexible payment. You can start. Some people start annually.
Okay.
Then they change it if things get worse and they change it to monthly. Okay. And even some people would buy 1 million and then along the line I can't afford it.
And can you also buy low and then increase
it? Yes.
Oh,
so it's very flexible. It's very flexible.
That's good.
Yes, and also if you are paying and you don't have money, you can just call them and then say, you know what, I don't have money. 3 months free. And you're not going to lose the policy.
Yeah, I will get it too. Okay.
See,
this is your chance. Frank says, this is off topic. Please, are you single?
Oh, please. Oh, please.
He's asking for an uncle, please.
No, please.
You don't want to invest in that.
No.
Hey, Frank.
For
Your
you-
mom has the money sitting there. What is he going to do with all the extras?
He wants me. No. That's not. If you lose a husband, it's difficult to. You know,
I understand.
you don't know who you're going in. You don't know.
Yeah.
Is the person going to treat you like your husband, or
Yeah.
is going to, what you don't know?
So I guess
you
maybe
have to
Frank
keep-
is asking for the
because
uncle.
because you close my zip, because I always have called him
To come and close your
my
zip.
and then open it for me, so I should marry.
That's too much work. So maybe Frank is probably saying maybe there is an uncle who is watching who has that 1 million sitting in the account and who may be good. And he's saying that, just come and spend.
That's okay.
That's okay. Okay. Well,
Let's
Frank, I'm sorry. I was really trying my best, but your mom says no. She needs a peace of mind. The Ghana says, I have a nurse officer in the Navy, Owen Nursing Home. Wait, I have a nurse officer in the Navy, Owen Nursing Homes, paying. Oh, so she owns nursing homes. She pays $240,000 a year into her IUL. Wow. And he says, "Oh, here is not good. Poverty is not good." After that one, you are right. My father once said that if your wife leaves you due to poverty, it's okay. You don't blame her, don't cry, don't complain, because you yourself, if you could run, you leave
run
yourself.
away from yourself. Yeah, it's true. Yes, you run away from yourself. It's true.
I guess it makes sense. Everyone says, one pastor said, after you find God, go and find money. Oh. Poverty is not good. It's really not good.
And even in the Bible, it says that a poor person, no matter how wise you are, people don't listen to you.
Oh,
Yes, if you are poor. So that alone,
it's serious.
yeah,
Oh.
poverty is sickness. It's a disease.
So imagine a rich person do evangelism.
Oh, everybody will come, but poor people, like even this business, you see, there are people who were already rich, they were already influential, they joined the business,
yeah.
they are getting so many people to buy policy because they trust them. But if you are poor and you are doing this business, people think that you are going to try to make money from them.
You're right.
So
May God help
poverty
us.
is a disease, and that's why we are also advocating that people should upgrade their financial life by doing something that will be, whenever you offer value, you make more money.
Yes.
If you are able to offer solution to people's problem, you make money. So the problem is people are stuck because they are just doing work that doesn't. But if you're offering direct value, benefits, solving people's problems, giving people peace of mind, you are making money. That's
My sister-in-law, right before she got married, I remember she was looking at rings with her fiancé. I mean, her husband, and they were looking at rings, and some of the rings were like $10,000, and the fiancé. Her fiancé was like, Ahusia. Some people are really foolish. They waste their money on a ring for $10,000. So my sister-in-law was just looking at him and said, "Listen, don't use poverty to spew nonsense.
Yes.
You don't have money. Move on and let's get what you can afford. And don't be spewing nonsense because you can't afford it."
Yes.
It's true. Some time ago, I was one of those people that would say things like, "Oh, people fly first class. When the plane crashes, they will die first. Sometimes even the safest place is in the back."
And we are all going to land the same time. So
Yeah.
if you don't have money, there's a problem.
Until I flew one.
It's
I flew
different.
some, and I realized
as if you're in a different world.
yes. You even wonder whether you are part of the plane. You ask yourself, "Hey, so this so long journey, somebody has folded their legs like this,
And then you are
and they have the
relaxing.
risk of even black cloth and all that, and you are relaxing. You're not even thinking that this plane can crash. That's the last thing on your mind."
Yes. And people are
That's when I realized that never use poverty to talk.
Poverty is a disease.
May God just bless all of us. Yeah, it's really a disease, and it can make you say things that in the moment when you are saying it, you think you are saying something profound. It's true. Yeah, until you get there, like, Lord, forgive me. Let me do here. You know, just forgive. And somebody will be calculating. Hey, so you went on one trip and you paid all this amount. Hey.
How about the comfort? Like you see, like as you are comparing the IUL with them, right?
Yeah.
Somebody will buy a Mercedes or Mercedes, and then somebody will buy Ford. It will take you from point A to point B, but consider the comfort, the durability, the pride, everything involved. You know, you have to. Everything comes with a price.
Absolutely.
So getting this IUL is a peace of mind.
It is.
And it brings you peace.
Yes.
And it comes, and even the money is not even just being wasted. It is being saved for you. It's growing by all its other components.
Yes.
But then, if you don't have the money, ask someone, shut up.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't throw dust in people. Don't discourage.
Yeah.
People are cancelling their policies. It's so sad. People are cancelling their policies here and there. And some people have appointment, they cancel. I'm not coming to you, because it's a scam. Look at that, and they are making you lose something.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we are talking about this. I have nothing to benefit here. I'm not an insurance agent.
You don't even want to be one.
No, I don't even want to be one. So truly, for me, I have nothing to win or lose here. But the truth is that, do I have IUL? I sure do. We do have policies. Because at the end of the day, I understand that whether I like it or not, one day we'll all die. We'll all die, whether we like it or not. And the truth is, I'd rather live comfortably on earth.
Oh, yes.
Knowing that when I die, I'm also going to live comfortably in heaven.
Exactly.
So I've beaten you twice.
Exactly.
So I think it's better that we are getting this education. And if truly you think you cannot afford it at all, don't use poverty to spew nonsense.
Exactly.
Come on, the plane crashes, we are all dying.
We are dying anyway.
Yeah, we are all going to die. But
I'm
I'm dying knowing that I died in first class.
And I ate good food before I died.
I ate good food before I died.
I remember I flew first class one day. As soon as we sat, even before the plane, they brought us, and it's glass. They serve you with water with that. Then when you are in there at the back, they bring you a little bit of plastic cup, and oh my goodness, that's you see. So
we thank God. we thank God for that. I won't go back and exchange it for anything. But if you want to, wallow in your poverty mindset, that's good for you. But I think thank you so much for the education. Mama Esther says, let's outspace GoFundMe with IUL in our community. Please, let's do that. Absolutely. Dickie Henry says, it's called a grow up plan. It grows with you. Very flexible.
Very flexible, yes.
And especially when you do it for children. Let's, as parents, leave that legacy for them. Kofi Nimako says, please, is the program recording? Absolutely. It is being, please, all you IUL people, agents, go on YouTube, Pulpit Media. If you subscribe, hit the notification button. Anytime we do these things, it will alert you. But it is being recorded. It is on there. It will be on there for life. So you can share with others. And Abby is laughing. Abby, poverty is not good. Ivy says education, education, education. Absolutely. So Mama, as we are bringing it to an end, with your closing, I want you to add what, for those of us who have it, at the end of the year when we get our yearly statements, what are the things we should be looking out for to make sure that our expectations are being met?
So I will advise everyone who has the policy, first of all, every year meet with your agent. The fact that you have it, you don't understand everything. So there are some terminologies that you may not, like when I bought my first BMW, I had been driving for about 20 years. Yeah. But when I bought the car, because it's a platinum car, right? They had to bring me in, show me where everything is.
Yes.
And even show
how
me
to
how
drive
to drive it. But I was a driver already.
Oh, yeah.
But because it's a prestige, somebody has to show me
all the functionalities.
So in the same way, the IUL is very different.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of things involved. So you have to sit with your agent. Let them explain to you. So we do annual reviews.
Right.
So what you're looking for is the growth, the interest that you gained, and also see the coverage, what you have. Do you still have the coverage? Is the coverage still intact? And also, is your money growing? Are you growing? Is your cash value growing, or according to what we told you?
Right.
Because when we do the illustration, initial one, we give you when we send you the policy booklet, everything is included, including the illustration that we did for the beginning. So once you get it, every year go in and see, do I still have everything? Is my money growing the same way as it's growing?
Right.
So somebody is telling somebody that they said, one of the videos I watched, they said they have to wait for another 7 years before they can take money out.
Yeah.
I said, what kind of policy is that? You see, unfortunately, like, Pentecost, that's my church I go. A lot of people, Pentecost is like the number one, I would say, Pentecostal church in my country. Now, anybody does anything, they go to any church that claps, any Pentecostal church, they say it's a church of Pentecost. Why?
I know.
And look, Ghana, the first toothpaste that came to Ghana is what? Pepsodent. So now everybody is talking about toothpaste. What did they say?
Pepsodent.
Do you have Pepsodent? You see, so we refer to that as that, but that's not maybe the person is talking about another toothpaste, but because we call every toothpaste Pepsodent, because that's the first thing that came to Ghana. In the same way, you see, this IUL is new, and yet people are confusing it with the other things.
Yeah.
So you need to sit down with your agent for them to explain the technicalities and everything that is involved. And also for me, when I sit with my clients, I go back to what I showed them the beginning. I said, I told you you're going to get this, that. And even when the policy is approved, and they are paying, they pay, and the policy is issued, I said, come, let me show you. When I sat with you, I told you you're going to get this and that. And then I'll go and open it. I said, this is what you have. And they would see that exactly what I told them. So the reason why some people do not understand is because the agent do not sit down with them, or they do not make time. Most agents are trying to call their clients to sit down with them. So please, if you have an IUL and your agent has been trying to call you, they are not just calling you for any reason, but they want to sit down with you to explain what they gave you, to compare what they promised you, to see if it's the same thing that you got. You see, because at the end of the day, we are doing relationship marketing. Everyone we are doing this business with is in our community. We are church leaders. You are in the same church with me, or maybe in the community with me. So if I told you the wrong thing, it's going to backfire.
Of course.
And you're going to badmouth me to the community. And so I want to make sure that I do my job well. So every year, please sit down with your agent. And even if you hear something scary, instead of getting panic, please call your agent. Let them sit with you. Maybe you are getting the wrong information from the wrong person. The right person who can give you the right information is the one who told you the policy. Get back with them. Ask them the questions that you've heard. This is one of these videos, it was sent to me by one of my clients. He said, this is what I had. What are you talking about? What are you saying about it? And I called her and I explained everything to her. So now she's very comfortable. So please, if you are hearing something that is scaring you or which is making you panic, please don't panic, because panicking will not solve the problem. The Bible says, cast all your anxieties to the Lord because He cares for you. So bring all your problems, your fears to your agent. Let your agent, ask them the hard questions. Let the agent explain to you so that you can have that peace of mind that we all have. So please, when you are reviewing the policy, look at the interest that has accrued, look at the policy cash value, look at everything else, and then you see that everything will go for you. So that's what I would say.
Thank you so much. And maybe just a word of advice to the agents also, take the time to really learn. I think I'm going to go get myself some of these books just for my own benefit to read and understand, so that you are able to invest well. This is Money, Wealth, Life Insurance, how the wealthy use life insurance as a tax-free personal bank to supercharge their savings. And the good thing is, it's not that much. It's not a lot. So let us read, and then understand things for ourselves, so that before you sign up, you understand what you're signing up for. So if anybody comes to tell you otherwise, like sitting here, I'm a Christian and I know I'm going to be a Christian for life, nobody can convince me otherwise. Even if an angel should reveal themselves to me and tell me, oh, Dora, you're on the wrong path, I'm still not going to change my mind because I'm so convicted in what I believe in, right? So I think it boils down to you being an agent, also taking your time to read and understand so that you don't also mislead people or what you tell people does not make them not want to even do this anymore. So may the Lord help us. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful. And I hope that you were able to take something out of this. Mama Sophia, God richly bless you for the education. I think it's about time that our community get to hear this. There is truly a video that is going out about this IU, and that is what prompted this whole conversation. Because if you have your money in something and somebody is speaking ill of it, you want to get the information. You want to understand what is going on. And we thank God this evening we have been enlightened. So if you come across any of these videos, thank God there is this video to combat that. Just copy the link and send it in the comment section of whoever is circulating these videos, so they can also get the chance to watch it, because maybe truly they don't know. And what people don't know, a lot of times they speak ill of it. Let us get the time to get educated so that we don't mislead others. With all this said, we talk about insurance, securing our lives, making sure that if we are here and we get sick or we die and go, our loved ones will not suffer, right? They're not going to be going on GoFundMe or whatever. The best insurance you can get for your soul is Jesus Christ. That's the best insurance. All the other things that we are doing here, we will still live and go. But the question is, when it's all said and done, and maybe, you don't even have insurance yet, let alone up there. But when it's all said and done, the question is, do you have Christ? Where are you going? So if you've heard this great message, and I pray that has changed your mind, it has caused a shift in you, that you want to go and invest. Mama Sophia here is an agent. We have some agents that joined the line. Diki Hene is an agent. My father is an agent. You can contact me. You can contact info.pulpitmedia@gmail. We will direct you to all these people. They are in the church with us. They will not mislead you. So feel free and do that. However, the best insurance is Christ. So if you want to give your life to Christ, He makes a difference. You can say this prayer after me. Lord Jesus, I thank you for this day. I thank you for the opportunity to get to know you. I repent of all my sins. And I accept you today as my Lord and Savior, Jesus. Come and live in my heart and write my name in the book of life. Amen. If you said this prayer, it's that simple. It's very, very simple. You've accepted the Lord, and that's it. There is nothing more to do. But we'd love to hear from you and to walk with you on this journey. It's been wonderful. God willing, if the Lord does not come, God willing, next week, same place, same time, we'll meet again. We love you. Bye.